Hey, y'all, I got a great new album in the mail today.
B-Dub Beats. Whether you're in the mood for romance or an intimate night of fondling and hardcore fucking, B-Dub Beats. If you're into water sports, this is the soundtrack for you. Let your stream of conscience flow as you rock over B-Dub Beats. Cause you know you want it bad as I do. B-Dub Beats. Light her ass up. She said her shoulders hurt, but those B-Dub Beats were playing. Oh man, some things are worth pulling out for, like B-Dub Beats. Hear the beats that made Florida Evans drop the punch bowl. Damn, 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 B-Dub Beats.
Fantastic album, man. Let me borrow it.
No, my brother. You got to buy your own.
And we're live.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Back in the building.
Boop, boop, boop.
Once again, it is the Effing Podcast. I am going to be your host for the evening. I am B-Dub.
I'm Branson.
Hassan, a.k.a. Alpha Dog. Woo, woo.
Shout out Buddha.
Buddha, Buddha, Buddha.
We don't know where and Kelly Joe.
And Kelly Joe.
Of course.
They went out partying last week.
Yeah.
Yes.
How was the club? Because I saw some video and some pictures, and
Oh, I take it you ain't go.
I tried to go. I was there in spirit.
It was
there in
straight.
spirit, too.
It was straight.
Y'all had a good time?
I had a good time. I mean, I was fucked up. I drank.
Oh,
Buddha gonna get you fucked up.
Yeah,
If ain't nothing else gonna happen, Buddha gonna get you fucked up.
I had a great time.
Okay.
That's one thing for sure. And I ain't had no hangover on top of that.
okay.
The best part. I saw shout out Coop too, because I think I saw Coop out there with y'all.
Yes.
Y'all were at the Latino club.
Yes.
Shout out my
Yes.
Party addictions.
Yes, it was a fiesta of mucho grande proportions.
It was packing that motherfucker.
Nah, I could see.
Look,
I saw y'all
look.
put some video up.
Look, you get to the door or you get ready to park,
Yeah.
and that line be all the way
all the way to the back. I said,
I mean, that line be all the way to
They
the
be
back.
ready.
right, they be ready.
They be ready.
Look,
to
I'm
party.
down there thinking about pulling my damn food truck out that motherfucker.
Go for it.
Hey,
For real, for
hey,
real.
There's some money out there, and
They be packed out there.
and Buddha just walked right in.
Yeah, exactly. We walking in.
Buddha walked.
Look, I ain't even.
right in.
I ain't even there. I ain't even get pat down nothing. Shit, I could have had a little.
You know,
pew,
all the
pew, you know what I'm
Latinos were looking at y'all going, who are those hombres?
Look,
Exactly.
Buddha got it like that. Buddha
saying?
got it
Like,
like
pew,
that.
pew. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even like he said, "With you, yeah, okay."
Yeah. Okay, so that's good to know. I should have came out with y'all, but
Buddha
I
had
wanted
it
to
like that.
give y'all a chance to get some Latinas and me not take all of them for
Nah,
myself.
it was too many out there, man.
Look,
Too many.
I've been out there a couple of times.
It's
And
too many.
party addicts be
They
jumping.
was jumping.
Party
They was
addicts
jumping.
be jumping.
It's like my second time going out there.
Party addicts be jumping, and
Okay.
it get packed. It get packed quick.
Okay,
Like
So
soon as that motherfucker open, that line is down there.
Yeah.
you're gonna hear
it-
lots of
it get
pit
packed
bull
quick.
and lots
Yeah,
of
and you tell because whole club going nuts and certain songs.
And
pop off.
on top of that, they ain't wilding in there like
Nope,
that.
everybody chill.
Everybody, it's a
Everybody
good time.
chill. Look,
Yeah.
you see, it's a lot of niggas be up in there too.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of niggas
yeah,
and
yeah.
white boys, they be up in there.
We done found our way over there,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
they know how to party.
Yep.
They-
Okay.
They be
Well, I'm
packing.
gonna remember that the next time. You know, I'm in the mood to party. I'll check that out.
Definitely shout out party.
We're going to give out our customary shout outs. We're going to start off with Eighth and Fancy. Shout out.
For
all of your adult beverage snacks and needs. We're going to give a shout out to Crimey Dealers.
Shout out.
Also, shout out to Dank Drinks.
Shout out. Those are my guys right there.
Yeah, and last but not least, a local plug. Please eat responsibly.
Shout out.
Okay, so I guess we can go ahead and get into the topic because it's been a heck.
I gotta give a birthday shout out to my girl Ty. Ty just celebrated birthday. And shout out to my nephews. They didn't win but they played in the championship game. So shout out, AAU life. Shout out Buddha and my nephew.
Oh yeah. Do we give let's give a shout out to Gilbert Arenas' son.
Yeah, he's out of this coma.
And get well soon.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I saw that TMZ clip.
Yeah. Yo, it's jacked up how I found out because I was like saw the preview for Gil's Arena for Thursday, and then I was like waiting for it because I know it comes on at 2:30, and then when 2:30 came, I was looking for it. I'm like, "Where's the live? What happened?" And I didn't understand why they went, and then I saw the story. I was like, "Oh, okay."
When I found out, I was just shocked. Like, you know, that's kind of crazy.
That's
like,
crazy as hell. And it was a cyber truck.
Yeah.
And he was outside on the ground.
Yeah. So what are the details? Because I saw the video that they posted.
They really didn't give any details. I just saw the video. Just somebody recording that he had a Tesla Cybertruck. Apparently, you look in the video, he ran over a fire hydrant, and he's Gilbert Arenas' son is completely out on the ground, half naked on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Discombobulated.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I got some details on it. So Elijah Arenas was emerged from this coma. I think it was yesterday. And it's showing significant signs of progress. It looks like, his Tesla Cybertruck slammed into a tree and a fire hydrant a little before 5 a.m. Thursday. And that's how it happened. They're still not sure what actions actually led to what happened. But it looks like, his car was on fire, of course. They said it looks like some people, bystanders, saw what had happened.
You know what? Who the fuck is outside 5 o'clock in the morning?
That's what I'm surprised.
You'd be surprised.
But he could have been practicing. You don't know.
And
I get you though. But I'm just talking about. I get it's a neighborhood, but just say was other bystanders already out there.
They jogging.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Get that run on.
You know,
before
white people be up at like 4:30.
Get that run on before the sun come up.
Especially starting to become summertime because they get cooked. That sun got there ain't no joke.
Yeah, so it looks like, the medically induced coma, I heard, is a normal process for burn victims, so they won't be in pain. So it was medically induced because of that reason. But, all I saw so far was just the aftermath of the Cybertruck on fire.
He was on the ground.
And dude on the ground, rolling in the water. So I'm hoping it seems like he's going to make a full recovery.
Apparently the truck must have been on fire. He slammed it. Truck must have been on fire. Hit the hydrant. As he hit the hydrant, he got out the truck and rolled over on the ground because he was on fire. They just didn't catch that part because if you saying they put him in a medically induced coma because they don't feel the pain for burn victims, you have to think like, well, okay, so that means he was on fire inside the truck. Something must have happened to where he's on fire in the truck, and either it was intentional.
Technically, he just could have got burnt from like the airbag popping out and that stuff rubbing up against your skin real fast. Like not necessarily he had to catch on fire.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure they'll release details because don't Cybertrucks have all that recording, black box equipment and stuff?
We just wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah.
USC That's another one. Another one that was.
Somebody in the chat just said they wonder if the Cybertruck was on autopilot. There's been a lot of stories of the navigation system misreading the roads and slamming into things. So that could be a possibility. I'm not familiar with all the features of a Cybertruck.
And
I'm
that's
much
a great
too broke
point.
for
Yeah,
one.
exactly. That's a great point because a lot of vehicles like that do have autopilot.
Yeah.
And yes, that is true because I've heard that a lot of people has been a lot of accidents when people, especially traveling cross country, they have the autopilot on, going to sleep and stuff like that, and sometimes they misjudge the road system because of whether the satellite or however they communicate with the road system.
I wouldn't want a Cybertruck.
I don't want none of this.
Want none Tesla.
Yeah, I'm not into Teslas. First of all, I heard they're just not good built cars.
Right.
I've seen videos of mechanics saying why they're not built good.
Right.
And they're showing little gaps in the paneling and stuff. So that kind of turned me off from them.
It just they don't look good to me.
They're ugly too.
They're ugly is just like the biggest thing. But then after that, it's just like, nah, you could get 2 trucks for one Tesla. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta think modest in these times. But when you got it like that, you can do that. So but just as long as Elijah makes a speedy recovery,
that's the most important thing.
and hopefully he gets to play. He'll be ready to go for the season.
Just from everything I read, it doesn't seem like there were any long-term lasting. They said he suffered no broken bones or anything like that, so it might just be some burns, which might be unsightly, but shouldn't hopefully affect his game or his future as an athlete. So that's good. I'll stay tuned for that and see what's going on there. So shout out to Elijah Arenas and a speedy recovery.
That's right.
All right. So, let's get into the talk of the week because the draft. The NFL draft has been progressing over the course of 3 days since Thursday. And your boy Cam Ward was number 1.
Yes,
I
Cam
told
Ward
you.
did go
I
number
told
1.
you.
Now, I'll give you props because you did call that,
He did.
about a month
He did.
ago?
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah, about a month ago before everybody was on it. So I will give you props for that. Sometimes I'll be watching our clips realizing we make some on-point ass commentary on sports because then we do our shit Saturday night, and then Monday you see Stephen A. say the same thing we said. So I know Stephen A. be watching us, stealing our shit.
Yeah, hell yeah. Nigga, give us some damn props, man. You got that $100 million damn month contract.
Don't be stealing our stuff, Stephen A. But so Cam Ward,
Number 1 to
number
you, baby.
1.
You.
Travis Hunter,
Where'd he go? Number 1 pick went to the
Titans.
Titans,
And Warren Moon.
Warren Moon, unretired,
unretire
number
his number and say he can wear it.
Yeah, I was happy when I saw that. Black quarterbacks supporting each other.
Right.
Well, okay.
And the cool thing about it is his whole attire that he came in was simple. It was nothing flashy, nothing. He ain't had no chick. It was him and his mom and dad.
Okay,
You feel what I'm saying?
remember that sentiment when we go down. When we go a couple more picks down about black quarterbacks celebrating each other.
I'm just saying.
No, just mark that one.
I'm talking about Warren Moon and Cam Ward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just mark that one. Okay.
And I like Warren Moon's speech. He said the Houston Oilers number 1 is retired. He said he can wear the Tennessee Titans number 1. That ain't my shit.
Okay.
That's why I like it.
So he said, I would give a half of 1.
Yeah.
Just remember that for when we go a couple picks down, because go ahead. Who was number 2?
Number 2 was, of course, your boy Travis Hunter.
Oh, the Jacksonville had traded with.
Yeah, that shocked me because I thought he was going to Cleveland.
Well, they kept saying the day of the draft, they kept saying that Giants and Cleveland was shopping their picks and they was listening calls. So Jacksonville went up to trade with Cleveland. Cleveland moved down to number 5. Jacksonville got Travis Hunter, and everybody know Travis Hunter is
from Florida.
No, actually he's Georgia. But where
close
he
enough.
but where he live at in Georgia is probably like 300 and something miles from where he gonna be at in Florida.
I know, but that's like a 6-hour drive.
I'm throwing this prediction out right now.
What's that?
The Jaguars are going to the playoffs next year. They're going to the playoffs next
They
year.
still got your boy at quarterback, don't they?
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah. The Jags are going to the playoffs next year. I'm gonna throw that out right now.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
That's the Texans. That's the Texans and the Indianapolis Colts in that division. So
ain't nobody scary in that division.
What?
The Jags,
the Texans? What?
The
CJ
Jags.
Stroud? Are you serious? They've been running the damn shit for the last couple of years. You gonna simply dismiss them?
The Jags are going to the playoffs next year.
All right. So you disrespecting them Texans?
I'm not disrespecting.
Yes,
the
you
Texans.
are.
I'm just
Yes,
saying
you are.
The two teams can go from the
The
same.
Jags can get in through the wild card.
the two
Nobody's
teams can
expecting them to be at the
saying
top of
that
the conference.
The Jags are going to the playoffs next year. I didn't
It's
say they
only
were going to win the
17
division.
getting in. So which
It's
one?
8.
Is 8?
It's 8.
Okay.
But the Jags are going to get in probably a wild card next year. They might not take the division, but I definitely see them getting in as a wild card. And I think Travis Hunter is going to do a world of good for that organization.
Well, we're gonna see because again, like I said, he's raw at wide receiver, and then like I said, so he's don't have like top end speed where he gonna blow by somebody. So he's like he gonna have to be an efficient route runner, and he's not like big like Megatron and shit like that. So you playing in the pros, it's gonna be a little different. It's gonna be a different beast when it comes to that wide receiver. So I'm quite interested to see how his game ascends to the pros. Now, as far as college, as far as cornerback, I have no problem with him doing what he needs to do in that because that part, the defensive side, seems natural to him. So I believe he'll be able to get that in with no problem. The wide receiver part is different. You know what I'm saying? It's also different where you working with a quarterback that you basically been working with since you came in college with. So
the Jags are going to the playoffs next season.
I want to see if the Panthers go because the Panthers got some good picks. They got your boy McMillan from Arizona.
We missed like a couple. Give me the top 5.
The three,
and then we can
Top five. Okay,
number
so
three,
Abdul Carter was number 3.
Okay, boom. Now
the Giants they had some interesting picks. And
That's why I wish Buddha was here.
right, exactly. The day he should be here, he not. He
boy,
be
Jackson Dart was a smack in
But,
the face, but that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother conversation. All right, so but I can see why. All right, so number one, the pick Abdul Carter, that was excellent pick. Their defensive line, I ain't even gonna front. They got a scary ass defensive line.
Remember when we were talking about black quarterbacks, celebrating black quarterbacks? Well, how about my boy wanting to wear number 56?
Oh.
Abdul Carter.
Oh, Lawrence. Oh, you know Lawrence.
Boy.
Oh,
You know, I don't know.
or Abdul Carter short. You ain't taking from the greatest.
You can't.
Nah, I'm sorry, Abdul Carter.
You can't have that
Black-
56.
No black linebacker unity, just black quarterback.
I said quarterbacks, nigga.
Right, that's a whole different position.
Yeah.
And you know,
And Lawrence,
you
he's
talking about-
like the greatest.
the greatest of all time outside linebacker, pass rushing
Yeah,
linebacker.
nah. That's like somebody asking Jordan for 23.
I think the closest person to that's like that now and scary like that is like my boy Michael Parsons. I mean, he's the closest like Lawrence Taylor because
Here
what
we go.
what you mean, man?
Let's glaze,
What you
Mike.
Michael
mean?
Parsons is the closest thing.
To Lawrence Taylor
Parsons.
because he's a beast, man.
He don't
That's
show
a
up
dog.
in big games.
Scared.
He don't show up in big games.
He don't show up in big games.
Y'all haven't had any big games for him to show up in.
What are you? What? Why he lead? Why he's like top 3 in far as you know what? I'm a digress. We gonna stay on top. Let's keep it moving. I ain't gonna. He's that. That defense.
3.
The defensive line for the Giants is
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be top.
that's going to be scary.
That's gonna be scary.
That boy
Then
coming
number
off that.
4 was
Will Campbell,
Will Campbell, offensive tackle.
LSU.
Out of LSU. Number 5, Cleveland. They took Graham out of Michigan, defensive tackle.
All right, now we can jump to Carolina. Now, like,
I mean, why we doing bad skip? 6 was a runner-up Heisman Trophy winner, Gentry
Ashton.
to the Raiders.
Yeah.
that
Can't do that.
him and Gino, that might be
Might be. They giving him Barry Sanders comparisons. You feel what I'm saying?
That's good, but
No, that's great, bro.
He better be with that offensive line they
with
got.
the numbers that he been putting up in college, and you was second to the Heisman
With the
Trophy
offensive line he got, he better be Barry Sanders.
Listen, all right. So then, outside of that, then we get down to what 7 was who?
Number 7 was Armin Membow of Missouri, offensive tackle.
So I've never heard of him, but based off
Membow.
because I don't watch Missouri football, but based off what the analysts saying, like he's a good offensive tackle, and so at that number he would have been great. Then
number 8 is the Panthers,
right?
McMillan, because I can't say his first name. I'm just gonna wait till
he's a wideout, right?
Yeah, wide receiver, Polynesian wide receiver from Hawaii. And
How tall is he? They give you his height?
I think like 6'1", something like that.
I know they gave my boy a lot of weapons. I know Bryce Young. Bryce got a lot of weapons. 6'4". Yeah. Like, so Bryce can see him. You know, Bryce kind of short. He couldn't but they got Bryce a lot of weapons this year. I'm not jumping out there saying the Panthers are making the playoffs though.
I mean, they got some help on.
I mean, it's not like the division is strong. It's a weak division, so they can.
That's the NFC South.
Yeah, they can if they can.
You stuttering? No, they're not.
Huh?
Who's their competition? The Falcons.
Falcons and Tampa Bay
and the Saints. Everybody
and the Saints.
Everybody.
So it's up for grabs. Right now,
how many games did Carolina win this year?
I couldn't.
I couldn't even tell you. At least about 4.
I don't know, but Bryce turned into a different person.
After his girl, after he got rid, he got
I'll
that
give
girl.
Carolina 7 wins next year.
So the one that you would favor to win a division would be Tampa Bay, quote unquote, because of their offensive core that they have down there with Baker Mayfield. And
I mean, I think Atlanta's working on something as well though, because they have Cousins or Penix, however they run that. Plus they got
Penix is a starter.
They got the tight end. He's starting to come along. Bijan is a beast.
Yeah. And
they got the wideout. Atlanta got a squad.
Yeah, but like I said, Tampa Bay is the defending NFC.
True. Baker balls. So
I'm not going until Atlanta take it from them. I still got them favored based off their. They have a unity as far as between top wide receiver and quarterback in that division.
Baker be balling.
And then, like I said, so we had 9. You had the Saints. Saints had who they pull up the Saints. I think it was like what?
They had I want to say it was it 19?
Who was 9 and who was 10?
9 was the Saints.
Yeah, Calvin Banks.
And who was 10?
10 was the Bears with Colston Loveland, the tight end from Michigan.
I was at work when the draft was going on. One of the guys I work with, he's a Bears fan. He wasn't really too high on that pick. I don't really know too much about dude. I think they won another tight end or something. But that wasn't what everybody was talking about the draft. Shout out to Cam Ward, of course, going number 1. Shout out to Travis Hunter being number 2. But the talk of the draft was
it overshadowed it.
Yeah, my boy
Collusion.
My boy Shedeur.
That was the talk of the draft.
I mean, number 5th round.
I'll say this: the NFL figured out a way to get you to watch the draft for 3 days.
Hey, you know what's even crazy though? I love my people, but at the same time, sometimes it make me want to smack the shit out of them. Like, why are we sitting here letting anonymous conversations dictate what a person's game and character like? Because what you saw on social media, what was trending was he's uncoachable. First of all, as someone who plays sports as well as football, the one who get coaches the hardest is the coach's son, because they know for a fact all the other players is looking at them. They want to see if he going to get any type of favoritism over the rest of the team type shit. So the coach's son is always coaches the hardest. Even girls, same thing. So the thing come out, he's uncoachable or he's arrogant or Dion would have much to do with his career. First of all, we ain't had no problem celebrating the Mannings, talking about dictating where their son Eli was going, and they did that. They were celebrated. But when it comes time, a black family doing the same thing, now is you got to humble yourself or that's arrogant. First of all, his dad is a Hall of Famer.
I mean, okay. Now, this is my take. What was your take?
No, go.
My take on it was this. Okay, now, you knew Cam Ward was going to go first. Yeah. That was already given. Jackson Dart was in the conversation.
He wasn't rated higher than him.
Slow down. Jackson Dart was in the conversation already. So I could possibly understand Jackson Dart.
Conversation what? Meaning?
Meaning that he was in the conversation of being a good quarterback. Like, he's going to be a quality quarterback. That was a conversation. He was in the conversation of it was Cam Ward, Shedeur, and then possibly Jackson Dart.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That was a conversation, right or wrong. Okay, so possibly, maybe they do take Jackson Dart, just possibly. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we saw something we might like the Jackson Dart a little bit more. Possibly. Now, the next two quarterbacks.
As far as Jackson Dart, I can see why Dable took him. So,
and that's what I'm saying.
And that was all about fit. Because I'm not even going to trip
I ain't
about
gonna
that.
argue about that one.
I ain't going to argue about that.
Now, the next pick, because
I think your boy from Louisville, he was the next one. I think he was the next one to go.
Okay, Jackson. Tyler
Shaw.
Yeah,
Shaw from Louisville.
Overall, I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
In the history of analysts, especially Mel Kiper, you feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's never has happened someone has high rated like that drop as far as he did.
Kiper went off.
Exactly. You had the president of the United States even chiming in. But go ahead.
I just want to okay, so I don't understand the Tyler Shaw, whatever his name is. I don't understand that.
And where did he go to?
One,
he went to the Saints, right?
He went to the Saints.
Okay.
The next one was Jalen Milroe. Now, I've seen Jalen ball.
Right.
That boy's a baller.
Yeah.
So I could possibly wrap my head around Jalen Milroe possibly going before Shedeur. I could possibly see that. I don't understand it.
I don't know how
the Tyler one.
Okay, only reason why I could lean into why you would say that because of the conference that he plays in and the school.
And he a stud.
Which conference?
Alabama SEC
quarterback. But he's a stud. The boy's a stud.
He can run. You right, and he can throw.
He's a stud. Okay,
so go ahead.
Okay, my next one was Dylan Gabriel.
They
ain't really seen too much of. He played for the Ducks,
Oregon, and
ain't
he
really
was
seen too much for the Ducks.
I've seen him, and he's the thing. So since NFL is pretty much transitioning to dual threat quarterbacks, right?
Oh wow.
Shedeur is he's a traditional pocket passer, and the thing that's and this was hurting him this year is the fact that nothing was said what Shedeur ran in the 440 speed. That never has come out. So he's not a dual threat quarterback, meaning he can't escape. And then another thing that was being said, go ahead.
But that's why. So okay, Dylan Gabriel. I just noticed they went to the same team.
Yeah, they did.
And then Shedeur.
Yeah.
So out of the quarterbacks we named, there's three that,
Nah, he did better. And
I'm just saying, out of the quarterbacks we named, Jackson Dart, Jalen Milroe,
all playing in the SEC.
I can see the nod for them.
Oh well, SEC guy, and Big Ten.
The Tyler and
ACC Gabriel.
Nah. Collusion.
I wouldn't. No, you know what? I wouldn't. I ain't gonna say collusion.
I think it was
because only 4 quarterbacks went before him. Only 4. And my last thing is this: Quinn Ewers. Remember, Quinn Ewers had money.
Yeah, he
on
was,
the table.
He was in the 7th round.
Look, Quentin Ewers had money to stay in college. They were going to give this man $8 million
God damn.
to stay in school.
Yeah.
And he forwent that. I don't want that
He
to
said
go in
no.
the draft
Yeah.
and get picked in what round?
7th round.
After Shedeur.
Damn. Yeah, he should have stayed.
So I'm not sitting collusion. You might possibly say collusion, but I'm like, there were only so many quarterbacks ahead of Shedeur. I could have seen if it was like everybody, but it was only so many quarterbacks ahead of Shedeur.
It was, in my opinion, outside of Ward, he was the only one that was clear cut ahead of him. All the rest of those quarterbacks, if you talking about fit, I ain't all right, cool. I'll leave it alone. But if you talking about just based off skill wise, he did better in my opinion because out of everybody that we just named, he had the weakest offensive lineman. You feel what I'm saying? He helped the number 2 draft pick win the damn Heisman Trophy because Travis Hunter can't throw the ball to his damn self now.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? And for him to be running for his life because he has a weak-ass offensive line and still throws over 4,000 yards, still throws over 35 plus touchdowns, I mean, come on.
All right.
Numbers don't lie.
So let's approach the elephant in the room then when it comes to Shedeur. This is the biggest question.
His name.
No, yeah, but did Prime hurt?
No. Did the Mannings, did Archie Manning hurt Eli? Did Peyton Manning hurt
the
Eli?
major difference between
The
Archie Manning and
only
Deion.
difference, right? One is a Hall of Famer and with a 2-time Super Bowl champion, and the other one then is white and black. That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
Deion got the better credentials.
I know.
So what we talking about here?
I ain't say.
So
I
we
agree
talking
with it.
about we talk about first families in football here. The Mannings is first families as far as quarterbacks because both of the Manning brothers won Super Bowl. Here Deion, he's a Hall of Famer cornerback and played Major League at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? Him and Bo Jack.
So that makes up for one generation.
That's what I'm saying. That's not Shedeur though. That's Deion. Like,
Okay, but the thing,
what
so
we're
this
saying
is his. Hold on, but this is his first one coming into play, and he put it on the field. They went to Jackson State, won. They went to Colorado, turned around as fast as they did, won. They did things what people say they couldn't do, and the fact that they did it, why wouldn't you say, yeah, we that shit? We did what the naysayers said we couldn't do. They said when he took that job at Colorado that he was not going to be able to win games, and as well as not turn it around as fast as they did. He did that.
True.
He did that. So get that young man his due. But all it does, it's going. I believe he gonna win that job because he got the pedigree of his father. You feel what I'm saying? I just didn't like the narrative that I hear about these anonymous people. If a motherfucker ain't gonna put their damn name on it, let it stay where it's at. Because you're not gonna attack the young man's character when we never heard of him ever getting in trouble.
I'm not going to attack you because I think Shedeur's a great young man and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just sometimes I feel like maybe Dad should.
No, why would
stop?
we-
Hold
Go ahead.
on. Because Bronny gets the same criticism because
But-
Dad stop.
Go
Because
ahead.
does Bronny not get because Dad has made such a instead of letting the kid.
Yeah, but also at the same time, I don't think Bronny is the same athlete as Shedeur in their respective sports.
Not saying that, but I think Dad kind of puts unnecessary pressures
And
on.
see, that's
said
where,
kid.
that's where I have to kind of like push
ain't
back
the
a little
dad's
bit
problem.
because why is it
It's
again?
not the dad's problem. It
Right.
falls back on the kid.
Yeah.
Well,
So you have to think about what you're doing to your kid to a point. You see what I'm saying?
So how?
do you want to make it harder for your kid? Just asking.
Okay, so LeVar Ball did the exact same thing.
And
that
the ball boys are super scrutinized.
I'm gonna tell you what's the difference is. LeVar Ball is doing exactly the same thing what Deion, LeBron is doing for their sons. The difference is one of them isn't a Hall of Famer and an all-time great in their prospective sports. That's it. So I don't like the fact that when black people are excelling in what they're doing, and yes, they have the position as well as the power to put their children in certain positions for that. Why is that has to be talked about? That should be embraced and everything. Nobody should never have to humble themselves, nothing like that. Their fathers, their mothers did the unthinkable that most average American can't do. And as far as if white parents can do the same thing, they're not being discussed or scrutinized by it. Black parents shouldn't be able to do the same. They should be able to be embraced the same way. That's all.
Okay, well, of course, the chat is saying the Browns, Giants, and Steelers head coach and GM jobs are on the line, and that's why they chose to go with veteran QBs over a rookie like Sanders. So
exactly. So again, if you're gonna say fit, I have no challenge of that. You feel what I'm saying? Most of those, except for the Browns. Now, I will say this: the Browns did not take them as high as people would want them because. Remember, they already getting over being burnt by Deshaun Watson trade. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So right now, they didn't want, and then when you have the owner comes out and say, hey, listen, we fucked up on that. You feel what I'm saying?
On top of that, you have to think what you're bringing into, and not saying in a bad way, but you know you're bringing in more stuff. Like the Browns bandwagon is going to be bopping this year.
Yeah, but see,
the Browns bandwagon will be
what
on.
they did though, and what they did though was had the tone down of the expectation of him, because if you picked him at 2, you feel what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
they expect some shit to pop off right now. So now that you picked him at 5, you feel what I'm saying? If he makes it, we the greatest. We did the greatest thing organization did. You know, if he didn't, well, you can't blame us. That's why I feel like what the Browns is doing, and that's what I feel like they bring in these 2 quarterbacks, because we've never seen a team pick 2 quarterbacks in the same draft.
And all he has to do, in all actuality, is just beat out Dylan Gabriel.
No, actually, you gotta do is beat out Kenny Pickett.
No. I'm just saying, we both said that you're a better quarterback than
Gabriel.
Browns just signed some veteran quarterback.
They got
your boy from who used to play for the Ravens.
Yeah, exactly.
Flacco.
Yeah, Flacco. They got, but we
okay.
know,
So boom,
we got
Shedeur got to beat out Flacco and Gabriel.
Yeah.
I think Kenny Pickett's starting.
Huh?
I think Pickett going to start. I just think he's going to start.
No, I don't think so.
Why would you want Shedeur to go out there and play quarterback for the Cleveland Browns and their offensive line is putrid? I want him to be the backup, to sit behind Kenny Pickett so he can watch the game.
Only if Pickett can hold on to the job.
I think Kenny Pickett will be all right. I think he's a year quarter.
He only played. Look, man, come on. Just because he played a few games against y'all with y'all, and the games was blown out or whatever the case may be, he looked good. Come on, man. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't doing that because he threw a touchdown in the Super Bowl, right?
Kenny Pickett is
because he threw a touchdown in the Super Bowl, right? Come on, man. We ain't doing that.
No, but for real though, I want Shedeur to back up Kenny. Like, for real. I give him a year back there to learn the game.
I want him to go out there. If you can win this right here, if you look at all the quarterbacks in Cleveland, what they got right now, I want him to take this and beat every last one of them and get the starting position. I want him to do that because, like I said, this is why I say Cleveland did. They knew what they was doing. You feel what I'm saying? And they believe and they really want him to win it, that starting position. Number one, if they got him at 2, the damn temperature would have been hot for them to win immediately with him starting. See, now that you draw him at 5th, right? If, let's say, he does win it, and let's say they have some growing pains throughout the season, you can be like, well, hey, listen, we got him at the 5th round. You feel what I'm saying? So, don't hurt us.
And just for context, because sometimes people talk rounds, Tom Brady was drafted.
Yeah,
in
sixth round. Yeah,
okay,
and he became all-time
Tom Brady didn't have the expectations placed on him that Shedeur
exactly, because Shedeur has an all-time great day.
Like he just said, I think expectations have been tampered down just a little bit because I don't think a lot of people see him as the starter going into the season. No. I just see him beating out Gabriel and Flacco. Flacco done. Like,
Yeah, he just a bridge quarterback.
Flacco done, so he should be able to beat Flacco out easily. And I believe he should beat Gabriel out. Then him and Pickett, however that works.
I believe this situation is prime for him. If he goes and bring that pedigree that he has, he can win the starting. No less than backup. You feel what I'm saying? But as long as he beat out Gabriel, we know Flacco, he's not even in the conversation. So we're not even gonna worry about that. Gabriel, and if he tied or a little bit slight under Pickett, that's the target range. But I believe he damn near can win the starting position.
Yeah. So the chat is saying that the Giants pick Shedeur and they start the season 2-5. The fans will call for the Giants to hire Deion.
Yeah.
And they probably would.
Of course, they don't want that. I told you they don't want the pressure.
The circus that's going to come along
That's all.
with Shedeur.
That's all.
There's a circus that comes with any New York team.
Yeah, but
exactly.
No,
but it's a different with a Hall of Famer, son.
This is a whole.
And Dayball, him and the GM. I mean cut you off. Him and GM fighting for their they're fighting for their job.
This fighting for my life. This is a whole circus here. If you get if it's Shedeur and then you bring in his, oh my God.
And see, this is why I say people talking about that. Well, they don't worry about Deion being involved. Listen, Deion, he's instilled in his sons what's the expectation of carrying this name and how you carry yourself. You feel what I'm saying?
My boy Shiloh ain't even get drafted, did he?
I didn't even heard. No.
I didn't know he was declared for them.
Yeah, he did. He probably get on as a practice squad or somebody like that. Somebody sign him as a free agent. So.
Okay, next question I got for y'all.
Sure.
You first. Were you happy with who the Cowboys got? First round.
Yeah, yes, because it was all needs. It's not sexy picks. You feel what I'm saying? No names that popped out to you. You know what I'm saying? Be like, oh yeah. But as I analyzed, I went through all the picks that we had. We had some high picks. So the offensive lineman that we picked, I think he came from Alabama. Yeah, I like that young cat. I believe he's gonna be a dog on our line and stuff like that. So that one right there he's a day one Booker. He's a day one starter. The second edge rusher we got out of Boston College. He's supposed to one of the top defensive edge in the nation in college last year. I've heard that he's going to be probably most like a specialist, but he'll end up working himself into a starting position. And we just got needs. We got cornerback out of East Carolina. Then we got
hold on, y'all get a wide receiver or running
no,
back?
We didn't get no wide receceiver. We didn't get no wide receiver. We got two running backs and another offensive lineman. So I got to look at the later rounds and stuff.
All right, CD, good luck, man.
Yeah, we ain't getting no wide receiver now.
What about you?
Okay, we got an offensive tackle from Oregon. What is the old boy's name? Josh Connerly. And, I guess I'm cool with the pick. Right now, we got a squad. So right now, my only thing is making sure we protect. We protect our QB. I don't want nothing happening to him. So, yeah, I want the strongest offensive line we can get and protecting Jaden Daniels. So
I'm sure, because Boo's not here, his squad's the Giants. I'm sure he's absolutely ecstatic about that pick.
Better be happy.
He's super hype about the pick.
This squad can't get any worse.
As for us, we do what the Eagles do. We go to Georgia, look at the Bulldogs, be like, we want him. Come on.
Who did y'all get?
Campbell.
What is
linebacker from Georgia? We just go to Georgia. Georgia's
Jahad Campbell.
Georgia's our farm team. We go to Georgia. We see what they got to offer.
Like, damn, they love Georgia, boy. I like, damn.
Campbell a beast though.
Hey, look. Like, why you didn't say exactly what the fuck LT said about him getting the damn
make his own name?
He said, make your own name. He said, nah, make your own name. I ain't got no problem with it. But it just no, get your own shit, my nigga. You can't get this. Nah.
Damn, he played Abdul Carter.
Yeah, like I said, Dolphins. Ewers went to the Dolphins in the 7th round.
left
Quinn Ewers.
Left $8 million on the table to get in the draft.
Hey, listen.
And you could have played in college
with Tua. You know,
you would have been.
I don't know. Now, look, he went to a perfect situation. If he can get the system right and win out the backup.
You said Dolphins?
Yeah, Dolphins with the injuries with Tua and stuff like that, and he come in and be a backup and win some games, he can steal it. You know what I'm saying? So there's a chance. Ravens. Remember we talked about Tucker. With all the sexual allegations that he got pending against him. Yeah, Tucker's. They had the Ravens went ahead and drafted a kicker, so that's a signal. His days is over.
That's a wrap.
Days
over.
You
can't have a touchy feeling on your team.
And the Pats draft Memphis DB Minor. That shit came out funny. Memphis DB Minor as Mr. Irrelevant.
From Memphis?
Yeah, from Memphis.
All right. Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant.
South Carolina had one. We had Mr. Irrelevant one year. He was a kicker. He was in the league a hot little minute, too, for being that. Just because you Mr. Irrelevant doesn't mean you ain't going to get no burn.
Yeah. I mean, look at what's the boy out of San Francisco? He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Purdy?
He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, just because you Mr. Irrelevant don't mean you ain't get ready to get out on that field.
Yeah, Purdy got out there, and there it was.
But that pretty much recaps the NFL draft. What's next?
The season?
No. The season's not next.
I'm in preseason. Off-season workouts.
Yeah, I believe off-season. I don't know what we're looking at.
Hell no, we ain't draft no motherfucking wide receiver. We got every other need besides a wide receiver.
Right. That's why CD got all that money, and y'all get ready to play Micah.
And what's the name? Our other wide receiver left him with the New Orleans. Cook, Brandon Cook. He's a Saint. So.
Damn, and Jerry ain't even making these decisions, isn't he? Doesn't he hire somebody now?
Jerry does all.
Jerry running every damn thing. He ain't let shit slide. Nothing.
That's terrible. Your squad is gonna suck next year. Y'all can't even pretend you going to the Super Bowl this year. Your fans ain't even
I ain't even trying to, but I mean, we had a solid draft. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, at the end of the day, we had a solid draft. I ain't gonna hold you.
Took the steam out of Cowboy.
Yeah,
Jerry done
Cowboy.
He still got to do the Micah trade. Still got to do the Micah contract. So he got something to hang his hat on it to keep the news burning.
So you get ready to keep all three of them together.
Yeah, he gonna pay Micah.
You have no choice.
See, the one thing I can say about the Cowboys, if they draft you and you perform to above your contract, you're gonna get your money. They're going to pay you goddamn money. So, be continued.
All right, what's our next topic? Because I know it was a hot week of topics. It was a hot week of topics.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, obviously the second biggest news story after the draft is our next topic, and that is your boy Shannon Sharpe.
Yeah.
And he's been in the news, of course, due to a civil lawsuit filed against him in Nevada, alleging SA, battery, and emotional distress.
Shakedown.
A woman filed the lawsuit accusing the NFL Hall of Famer and sports commentator of SA and other misconduct during a relationship that spanned 2 years, and she is seeking over $50 million in damages. And the lawsuit contains serious allegations of abuse and non-consensual acts. Shannon Sharpe has publicly and emphatically denied these allegations through his legal team, and he said, "This is a lawsuit. This is a shakedown attempt. And you know Jerry Busby goes after old black famous people. He's going after me." Yo, that nigga, there was text that said he forcibly penetrated her ass. Yeah, Fleece Johnson ass nigga.
I mean, first of all, I'm going to let his song go first.
And it was always yes.
Hey, listen. Yeah. From what I seen online, what the main rage wasn't about it. Some was talking about the age difference, and I'm like, let's not pretend, people. We just talked about this plenty of time on the show. Younger men between 18 and 25, date and mess with women older than them as well as young ladies. We know that that's 20 and up. We know that. So we want to keep it funky. They was starting in middle school in some hoods and stuff like that. But I digress on that one. We ain't gonna go too far off of that one. But so that's always been going on. So now we have. So with the black women that I've been talking about, it seemed like they was more infuriated about the race. So if the woman was a black girl around that age, it would have been no noise. Then they would have been willing to defend him.
Well, they were also saying the age played a factor.
Can we all agree that Shannon Sharpe is a trick?
Oh, all these niggas is
everybody.
Time
Hell, Corey is.
Hold on.
Corey admit that.
Hold on. So this is where I'm going with this though. So all these gentlemen are tricks. Yeah. Big tricks.
Yeah. They don't want no relationship. They want to fucking keep it moving.
Hold on. We've come to the terms that all these gentlemen are tricks.
Yes.
Okay, so boom. Isn't that what comes along with the tricking game? You're going to have some people who, since you're already tricking money, that, hey, I'm going to go for the kill and stuff like that, whether it's true or not. That's just a part of the tricking game.
Okay.
Right or wrong.
That's not even tricking. Yeah. Women put fake allegations on niggas at any age.
But what I'm saying, though, is if you're paying for it already, what's going to stop her from trying to take more from you? You're already paying. You're already tricking.
I mean, regardless whether
common sense.
Regardless whether, only difference is it's a verbal agreement. Like, hey, listen, you know I got paper. You feel what I'm saying? I know you need me to take care of. You feel what I'm saying? When I come in town, feel me? I come through. Whoop whoop. Drop some bread on and keep it moving. Just so you can sit the fuck down. Don't fuck with nobody else. We know what that is. I mean, what the hell we talking about here? This shit has been going on for thousands of years. That's all I'm just saying.
Unc is too old to be putting himself in these situations, though, especially when you're coming off.
Yeah, man, because like I said, it
before.
can happen if somebody was the same age.
Yeah.
But if you're not out here just gallivanting all,
and it's her. Go ahead. It's not multiple women. It's just her.
But Shannon Sharpe was just in hot water, what, a couple of months ago?
Of course.
How long you think that these people at ESPN going to keep letting you slide?
All because he's smashing chicks that's trying to steal money from
That's
him?
not the image that ESPN's trying to purvey. But that's the image that Shannon
but when he
does.
do in his personal life,
no.
Oh my God!
No.
Come on, let me hear you out. Let me hear. I get what you're saying.
Certain companies, what you do in your personal life still applies to you're at work
to a degree. But if he's
why did he leave ESPN then?
Wait. He said.
Why did he step away from ESPN?
Because of the distraction of the lawsuit. And because, hold on, you asked me a question. Let me finish. It's because of the nature of the lawsuit as well. They letting out explicit text message. They're letting out audio, video. So that's gonna be a major distraction if he on First Take. Motherfuckers don't want to hear you talk about no damn sports. What's up with you and that white girl? You been fucking her ass. You want to put the damn? She told you put a big black baby up in her. All that.
Go ahead. You were going to say.
Oh, well, I was just going to say the reality is men who have money are always going to have the fear of fake allegations being placed on them.
Right.
Of any woman of any age, whether she's 19, 29, 40, 32.
But if you're not leading with money,
he's an old man. He's gonna lead with money.
He got money, right?
That's cool. So, like I said, that comes with the game that you're playing, leading with money. This is going to come along with that.
I think that's unfair, right there.
Yeah, fake allegations happen all the time.
Fake allegations do happen.
You don't have to have money.
Wives put fake allegations on husbands in divorce court,
but we don't know if they're fake though.
But we know this is a shakedown.
I don't believe Shannon did any of the things he's accused of.
I can listen. We can listen to the audio.
Listen to that audio.
It sounds like she's being coached through that shit.
That audio was doctored, or it was some race play because her emotions did not match.
None of that shit.
Yeah, like that was a setup.
And we know Bugsby, he's a shakedown artist.
Yeah, he's got a reputation.
That's what he does. What we know him from motherfucking Deshaun Watson to Sean Diddy, and now him.
Yeah, so I mean, he's a scumbag lawyer. So, I mean, I don't believe any of this, and it's a civil suit. There's no police reports filed.
Right.
There's no criminal
And this
record.
is what I've
no
been
police
saying
report,
for the
no
whole
nothing.
time, even from Diddy's
But
situation. If they're going to go
nevertheless-
civil and no police
Nevertheless,
report,
it's enough that he has to temporarily walk away from his
He has
job.
to step away regardless. Didn't such and such step away, Joy, for a day or two?
True.
oh look, somebody in the message. Do you believe Robert Kraft was guilty?
What was he charged with? Or
He had
see, this
the
is-
prostitution.
This the other game where
what did he do? I don't
He was
remember.
involved when he was going
the
to
massage club or something.
the massage club.
Guilty of what?
He
Playing the
massage-
tricking game.
I mean, yeah, he
Playing
was
the
I mean,
tricking
I
game,
believe
dog. Playing the tricking game.
I believe Robert Kraft would pay for a massage with a happy ending. So yeah, I believe if that's what the charge was,
yeah.
I don't think he's
but
above that.
We also have to throw in.
But is that SA?
We also have to throw in. That's a white guy. This is a black guy.
I mean, not even that. It's just like, yo,
Both
I
of
don't
them got
look at
money.
prostitution as a, if everybody's willing, I don't have an issue.
I had
with
an
it.
issue with it. It's not like if he forced himself upon.
Yeah, that's different.
different. If
Nah.
he took it, that's different. It was consensual.
Yeah.
So he basically paying her just to keep her ass in one place.
Yeah, I don't have, and I have zero problem with that.
What's the problem with that?
I have zero problem
know.
with prostitution and consensual parties.
I don't know what it is, and but you're dealing with too much money,
He's single.
and that's cool.
What the fuck he's supposed to
That-
do?
that-
This whole, I ain't mean to cut you off, but this whole thing, they told you so when what's the name was up there, the comedian.
Which one, Lavelle
Cat.
Crawford?
No,
Cat Williams?
Cat said it all as well
Monique?
as
Monique?
Monique, exactly.
Like-
Monique and them said it. Like, you need to get your old. He
But
don't.
he don't want
He
that.
don't want
And
that.
that's cool. And
This
that's
nigga
cool,
working
but-
out, and most.
and
Go ahead.
This is, what happens when that's not what you want.
But then he wifes somebody. She's not happy. Divorces him.
Right,
Says
want to
he's
take
beating
his
her.
money. Want to take his money.
I mean, you're already leading with money anyway.
It's
What's
cheaper.
what's the
It's cheap-
difference?
The difference is it's cheaper to pass off a few $1,000s versus somebody to get half of your damn shit that you built up.
I'm just saying,
That's way
like,
cheaper.
I'm just saying, like, I think, like, after a while, like, maybe you might want to just chill for
You
a hot
can't.
minute.
Yeah, I mean, you cannot listen. You take risks every day.
We do.
You can't. So playing this safe,
But playing with
listen,
$100
the
million
thing-
is a different kind of risk.
Yeah, but the thing you gotta understand is, bro, once you hit past 50, you in the second half of your life cycle. You got exactly 25.
What you mean? I don't understand.
Oh, not
Nigga, I'm
exactly.
50.
Exactly.
What
So
don't
now,
I
hold on. So
understand
listen.
about
This is where I'm getting to. You are at your first half of your life cycle. You are about to enter the second part. You got 25 to 50 good years left on this earth. How fucking safe you want to play it?
Yeah.
How safe you want to play it? You want to get married. You want him to get married to somebody his age so he can just settle down and do the same fucking routine until God decide to call your ass.
Nobody.
He want to bounce his ass around, bust him down.
that's cool.
Some
And-
young
but
coach.
This possibly can happen with jumping around, chasing Instagram models and OnlyFans
Hell,
models and shit like
regular
that. Like,
dudes
Well, I
do.
think 19
you're
was
right.
a little young.
Okay, and again, that can be up for judgment. That can be up for debate. But it's not like she's illegal. She's a grown. She's legally grown.
as a guy with a daughter, I would think I failed horribly if my 19-year-old
Of
daughter
course,
is
shit, I
dating
got two.
a 50-year-old
You
man.
right. I
I ain't
got
no
two.
regular 50-year-old man.
And I
Right, he's
understand that.
a
Shannon Sharpe.
millionaire.
But-
He's 100 million.
but-
He's a hundred.
But this is my thing. If Shannon Sharpe willing to get my daughter play, somebody else gonna find her just as attractive.
So let me say this. So you rather for her to take the risk on a bum ass
her
YN
age.
or a bum ass YN her age that most likely get her knocked up, can't take care of it, or she's messing with a millionaire that if he did something like that, he could take care of it. I mean, regardless, it's a risk being taken. I'm sorry. I have two daughters. we sitting here telling them avoid this motherfucker. You feel what I'm saying? We telling them to avoid them. So what's open left? Somebody who has it and is a secure.
Okay, so because it's basically going for security. What you're saying, like,
yes,
I'm already going to be with him, like,
because the young man wants the same thing the old man wants.
The only difference is the young man ain't got no damn money,
and
she most likely gonna get pregnant. And guess what?
Like
you got to take care of the situation.
If my daughter at 19 is dealing with a 56-year-old man.
I'm sure I'll have a problem with it too. But the thing about it is, what can you do about it? The only thing you can do is teach them. All right, well, you know what dealing with if we saying dealing with your age group, this is what's going to happen. And it's leaving the doors open for the other age group to where it makes sense because why? He's financially stable.
Exactly.
There's no middle ground here.
He's gonna pay to play, basically.
Right, exactly. So she gonna play for free? That's what you're saying?
And that's why relationships and all that shit is as fucked up as it is.
Of
right
course.
now.
So again, this is where I have issues with parents.
The tricking side who put themselves in the, and it obscures how relationships advance and stuff like that. It obscures all this tricking that these guys are doing, obscures these young ladies. It obscures when, okay, boom. So now,
how is it tricking them when they basically telling what it is what they want from them?
I didn't say you're tricking them. I say you're tricking.
Oh, okay. My bad. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Again, so you rather than pay to play for free or pay to play somebody who can take care of them? I know that's a tough question because you a dad. I'm a dad too. So again, if we teaching our daughters to understanding we was that age once upon a time. We know what the game is. We know what the game is.
Go to school,
right?
Get you know she don't depend on some nigga to trick on you.
Of course, but you also
don't do that.
But you also don't want to reinforce feminism to where they miss out on their blessing either. Because that's what you're promoting, feminism.
I'm not promoting feminism.
Listen,
her putting herself together.
She is. Listen to what I'm trying to get across. Listen to what I'm trying to explain
to pull himself together. I'm promoting you putting yourself in the best position possible so that when you do find a relationship, because nevertheless, I haven't been married. I'm 50.
Right. I haven't been married. I haven't been married either.
So what's to say that we've missed our, you know what I'm saying?
I know I haven't missed shit.
It's no telling.
It's
no telling. What I'm saying is I preach, get you right. Because if you're right, there's nothing anybody else can do to you.
That's correct. And me, on the other hand, I does that, but I also make sure they have room to turn to, because it's like that you boxing them in. And you didn't allow your parents or anybody else to box you in, because the more they box you in, you're going to think, I can do differently. You feel what I'm saying? So if you don't want to push them to, I can think differently, all right, listen, I was your age once upon a time. I already know what the shit going to be like, all right? You feel me? Now, we already know it. We don't mess with these set of group of knuckleheads because they ain't about shit. All they want is one thing and one thing only. So you must, pay attention, get yourself focused. But when that time comes, when you want to experience, if that other situation come about that we as men don't want to talk about, you feel what I'm saying? It's like, that means an older man comes in and try to hit on her. She might be interested in him based off of what the quality is. Because remember, what did we have been saying? When young people between 18 and 25 get out here in this world and they first start dating, they get people that's the image of their parents.
I'm not going to, because there are young ladies out here that are under 25 who are definitely giving older guys play without even a second thought about it.
Right.
So 20-year-old stimulus package. Every woman in her 20s that was halfway decent had an older nigga for money.
Yes. So this is why I'm saying I don't understand where the hypocrisy is coming at. And then on top of that, we have once again, are we curving? Because I don't want to veer off. Because once again, we have another week that we had a hypocrisy when it comes to a man versus a woman. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, the chat says Bill Belichick is 73, his girlfriend is 24.
Exactly.
Is he tricking? Of course.
Yeah.
That is without a doubt. Bill Belichick is
she's
tricking.
waiting for him to fall off.
But see, the difference
to get
is
that
though.
paper.
But see, the difference is though. And again, white folks and black folks view things and do things differently. That shit has been going on. That's been going on since the Civil War.
Yeah.
Because when the Civil War vets, they was old. They didn't have no women their age to take care of them. So what they did, they went to other friends in the community. Hey, their daughters took care of them. So for taking care of me, because of my Civil War injuries, you get my pension until you die. And that's how wealth was passed on to family members. Here we are, when the same thing happened to us, it's like...
So, okay.
Go ahead.
To bring back into the conversation,
That is a conversation.
But you didn't have a problem with the age?
Again, I wouldn't go that low. I wouldn't go that low.
19?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's too low.
I wouldn't go that low. But whoever... If that's what you like, I can't knock you. She's grown. She's an adult. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. That's the reason why I can't be hypocritical on that part. Is she an adult? Yes, she is.
Yeah, she's an adult.
Okay, would I date that young? No, I won't. I won't date that young. But to each his own.
And I think that's where we're like, and I agree with Shannon. Do what you got to do, live your life and stuff like that. Would I go that low?
Only in the back half of his life cycle.
Would I go that low?
I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't. I mean, so that's where it can be for debate, whatever the case may be. But don't excoriate the man because this is his private life and a trick trying to play him. That's all. She trying to play him, and everybody who hear this, and then we got this whole, whatever.
Well, my thing is this. As I've stated, Shannon is a man of means, and men of means are always going to have fake allegations.
When you say man of means,
money.
Got money.
No. When you tricking.
No, just a man of means.
Man of means. When
you don't understand
so
what
is
I'm
it
saying.
So is it? I ain't mean to cut you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is it tricking when you take a woman out? You take her out to eat.
It's involuntarily tricking.
Huh?
It's involuntarily tricking, but yeah, you're tricking nevertheless. But
so when you dating,
this is voluntarily tricking. This is like
I'm not paying no bills.
No, like
right. So when you dating, that's
voluntary tricking. 25,000 a cheat.
She said that he didn't agree to that.
Yeah, that was just her.
That was something that she was saying. She wanted to throw that out there. So
she know that.
Right. He's taking care of her now. So what I'm saying to you is this: when you date a woman and you take her out consistently, you're spending money.
Yeah.
That's tricking?
Yeah. Well, what I was saying is, in regards to the man of means is a subjective term that any woman, like a woman on Section 8 thinks a man of means is making $80,000.
Tricking is giving
money away.
Money, right? It's like here, you take this.
Yeah.
For your services, here. Me taking you out on a date, nah, that's not tricking.
But they do go out though, because you remember in the text messages or on the phone, he was like, "We're gonna go out. We're gonna go out to eat."
Shannon has wealth, so he's gonna take.
And other people has confirmed they have been out in public and stuff like that. So that confirmed that the relationship is consensual. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, when you have money, power, and respect, and you got time on your hand,
you can fuck 19-year-olds.
Yeah.
You can fuck younger. You can fuck younger women.
Yeah. Well, I understand what you're saying, but what I was saying is, when you're a man of means and you make money, you're a target for any woman who sees you as a man of means. So, in this instance, Shannon is a target for any woman he dates. It don't matter whether she's his age or on his level. If they want your money, then you can be a target, and you can be somebody who's placed on SA allegations, false allegations. You look at Jeezy. He was married to Jeannie Mae. When they divorced, she was placing false allegations of abuse on him. And these all turned out to be fake, and it was all in an effort to take away his parental rights. So every time there's an incentive for a woman to lie, she's going to lie if it's in her vested interest, whether you're married, dating, whatever the situation is.
But marriage make it even more problematic for them to get what they want.
Does it?
Yeah, in certain states. That's why we was talking about if Travis was they get married in Tennessee. If he had a prenuptial, it's a law in there which she can pretty much up in that prenuptial and go after what she wants. So now he's in Florida, different situation.
Well, true. But the point I was trying to make is just women lie on every level. Wives lie. Girlfriends lie.
That's true.
OnlyFans hoes lie. So
That's
there
true.
ain't nothing you can do. You're a target. And this is a reality for men only, because we'll get into the Tracy Ellis Ross, but when you're an older woman and you date younger men, you don't have to worry about
They're not doing
they're going to put in false allegations publicly on you. So this is just a reality of men with wealth who date, and it can happen on every level, whether you date 19 or 59, it don't matter. False allegations pop up all the time. So that's my 2 cents.
You're right though, but I wouldn't date 19.
No, you're right. I would.
You
But
right.
if he dated a 35-year-old woman, this would have happened.
Same thing.
If he dated a 45-year-old woman, this would have happened.
Right, and
Didn't
then-
somebody older falsely at Fox Sports, FS1, wasn't there some sort of allegation there?
Against him?
Yeah, that was settled. And that's another thing. They're talking about the $10 million settlement. That's a lot of money.
To turn down.
Yeah.
To turn down.
Well, again, the thing about it is if it's going to block your other business endeavor.
Yeah, I mean, I understand
You
why
just
people
want
do
you
that.
do it to
That's
shut
a
the
lot
fuck-
of money.
Well, hell,
If I was Shannon, I'd have been like, here's $250,000, get the hell out my face.
it ain't. Well, again, so you can't when you're $100 million. Just
This happened after the $100 million
I
announcement.
understand. I understand.
I'd have broke bread. Well, yeah, $10 million is a lot, and she turned that down.
She turned it down. So
$10
again,
million to turn it down. That sounds like the lawyer turned that down.
Of course, 'cause he
trying
feel-
The
to
he
lawyer
try-
gets 30%.
Yeah,
right?
so he trying to
she
put that
gets $7
to-
million.
right?
He would have
He trying to pressure his ass to goddamn give up that money, and Shannon like, I'm about that action. You ain't getting my bread.
Yeah, and now I hope Shannon returns fire and puts some lawsuits on this lawyer, because this is slanderous. 'Cause I don't believe Shannon
Do like what Jay-Z did. Got his license taken away from him in New York.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when he had that lawsuit about Jane Doe between Jay-Z and Diddy team got his license taken away,
Yeah, crazy.
and they had to drop that. They had dropped that lawsuit.
Yeah, so I just want this whole thing to wrap up, because in no way, shape, or form do I think Shannon is guilty of the things they're saying.
Right.
And you just want this to get done, because I know it's probably effing with him. Every time I watch Nightcap now, there's a bunch of people in the comment section say it's slick shit to shit, which is halfway funny but kind of jacked up too.
Right.
So I don't like that. But the comment section is saying Jalen Green is the basketball player Jalen Green tricking in the wrong direction, dating a 40-plus-year-old woman, or
40
is she a predator?
She a predator.
She's a predator, and Jalen Green is a dummy. Because how old is Jalen Green?
20, same, 22,
24,
same
like,
same age as her son.
I was 22 once, and I knew to have fun with a woman like that, and not. You know what it is? When I was
To
younger,
have fun and got money, power, and respect at your hand, like
yeah. You know what it was? I did a lot of things like when I was younger like that, just to kind of like not be seen. Like I cared about my reputation to the point where even if I fell in love with a 40-plus-year-old woman at 22, I'd be too embarrassed of the blowback
Right.
to claim her publicly.
Right.
Or to
I get you.
yeah.
But
So-
you know when we also was coming up too that it was that one of our friends had a bad looking mama. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Man, she was bad.
But that's most guys, right? The past though is the older woman. Like
Yeah.
that's what you're.
Everybody- yeah, I
That's
messed
what
with
you're
an older woman when I
shooting
was in my
for
20s.
when you're like 19. Like this is what you're shooting for.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
Listen,
but college chicks, cool.
Jalen
Dope.
Green took it too far. Okay, because I knew at his age, you go have fun with the older woman, you eat meals she cooks, but this ain't a woman you claim public.
So you gotta
I knew that at 22.
so you gotta look at when they first started dating. Because if he's 22 And how old is the baby? So that means she had to get his ass between 20, 21.
Yeah.
Jalen Green was bugging.
I mean,
what it was.
The embarrassment of being seen with a woman like Drea would have been enough for me to break it off.
It has changed. The dynamics has changed. Now it's like it's a badge of honor. And also what you got to remember, again, 18, 25, younger cats is going to be with older women.
I mean, not in the way Jalen. I would have been too embarrassed to be publicly seen with Drea.
Understand, Drea is not just, she's not just anybody. She's known.
That's what I'm
saying.
For
basketball wise.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
that's why
I'd have been embarrassed to be seen with her.
Remember what I was talking about, the community. Once you up in that community, y'all start passing around.
You know what it is my thing would have been like, I'm 20, whatever Jalen Green's age is, and I find out she got a son that's my
same age as me.
Yeah, that's weird.
This is a super turn off.
We was talking.
This is a super. I'm gonna be smashing on the low, cause I don't want nobody to know that I'm smashing somebody who has a child that's my age.
Remember, we talked about how they was on courtside looking at he was there at the game when you was talking about. I was sitting there like,
I've heard they broke up.
Yeah, they did.
So obviously,
she got the check now. She got the bag.
Yeah,
she don't care. She got the bag.
The
all she trying to do is secure the bag.
But yeah, like that would have been my red flag. Like if she ain't, kids are younger, cool, that's fine. But you got a child that we're the same age. So
again, we don't have no blowbacks from these women. But when it comes to men, it's blowback because we talk about Trick Daddy 2 weeks ago, and now Shannon Sharpe. But here we are, Drea she been out there for over a year. Nothing was said. Tracy Ellis Ross, she out here talking and shit like that. Nothing is said. Nothing is said. And then they see him talking about, well, Tracy's not actually, we don't know the age. I'm like, damn lie, you don't know the age? Well, how you know your age? I said, I'm a man. So because if you not a man, you don't understand who she's talking about, which age group she is talking about.
I don't see Tracy out here with no 19-year-old.
What? I do.
Just me personally.
I do. You gotta understand, she white and black, so the culture that she come from,
she can all grab a white boy or
and she's
black,
she's a strong-minded feminist.
I don't, but you don't hear nothing about because it's not looked at like that. Like Cher's boyfriend is 36.
Oh yeah,
right. And then she's 30. She's what?
Madonna boyfriend,
right,
like in his 20s.
Right. So
like
again, these women is not excoriated like how men are. They are embraced. They're liberated.
They're
liberated and all that other shit. They elevated for doing the same shit men are doing. But men, they get talked about like they dogs and shit like that. Like they the worst thing on earth. The man ain't out here. He ain't out here taking pussy. He ain't got to take no pussy. He got the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Like, what we doing? But here we are, Tracy Ellis Ross. She tells you the age group that she deals with. Because if you look at the interview when she's talking, how her facial expression gets, she is disdain when she's talking about a man. No. Yes, she is.
You're telling me to read signs.
No, because it is hard evidence.
Hard evidence.
When a person is talking, when a person,
19 years
no, when
she dates younger men,
she's talking. She's telling you, I don't like men around my age because they are raised with this masculine toxicity, meaning traditionalism. She has a problem with that. She says, I've been that showpiece. I don't want that. She's telling you directly what she has an issue with. So what age group that don't look at, well, this is how we got to be, or they're impressionate and where she has control? 18 to fucking 25. I'll go as high as 28. Because when a man start evolving, thinking of, when a young man start really thinking about what type of value he wants, that's usually when he gets to 30. That means he done did a little dating. He done figure out what type of woman he wants, and he gonna start pushing back. She don't like nobody to challenge her. So a young man isn't gonna challenge her.
But you're saying she's not.
You
like
just
I said,
said
there's nothing, no hard signs. It's just you're saying, look at how she says this.
You can see how her facial expression and how she was reacting to Obama's brother talking about, yeah, I can do that. Like, come on, she flexing. If that was a man sitting there talking like that, you'd be like, oh yeah, he does that.
Well, speaking of which, how about we just end the Shannon Sharpe topic and get into what we are talking about, because Corey Holcomb was talking about Tracy Ellis Ross on his show, the 5150 Show, basically discussing how she's out here dating these young guys and how there's a lot of hypocrisy on it. And I do have that clip queued up. Let me go ahead and play.
Now, bitch, go around and young boys and brag on it and think ain't nothing wrong with them. But when Corey went on Cam Newton's show and said, I young broke lost hoes, I was the worst girl. Huh, Tracy? Tracy Ellis Rose, we heard you. I mean, we finna go into it. We about to get your ass, Jaja Binks. We about to get your ass. Because somebody said it, so now I can say it.
Yeah.
How you see the bitch come? I don't see where they come, brother. She straight.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wasn't
He didn't choose you. He didn't choose you. These were your prime years when you was passing the out to boss niggas who got options to choose a woman who is virtuous. None of them chose you. So now, at 52, with your arrogant ass, you dating the puppies of the hood. Let me tell you something. These broads out here, especially the older ones, 45 and up, I'm gonna go that high, 45 and up, they good with dogs and elderly people, or they might mess with somebody who's young and impressionable, because that way they can be held up as they pretend themselves to be. But when you're around a man is gonna call you for who you are. Bitch, you ain't, I don't give a Tracy Ellis Ross. Tracy Ellis Ross can get it, and like Kevin Samuel said about her a long time ago, a nigga walk down the street with that.
She's 52. Somebody was saying 60.
It don't matter how old she is. After them young boys smash you and go around the block with you a couple of times, you start stalking them. You're going to feel like that young boy owe you something. You're not going to be, don't no young boy who got his life ahead of him. You can't have no baby at 52. What you doing with a young boy? You stealing from his future.
You talking about she's snatching his soul?
She's stealing from his future. What is he doing with her besides smashing? And she's going to be like, no, you're my boyfriend.
No.
We already know.
Oh.
This is how it go when them older women get a younger guy, they want to possess them. Them older women with younger guys, they ain't just saying, oh, I'm just out here getting smashed. That don't sound respectable. You can claim all of the young men you want. To have a productive relationship with a man who's on your level is difficult for you, so you go out and you steal the pups from the hood. And it's shameful.
So that was Corey.
My man's done said what I've been trying to say. She ain't messing with nobody that can challenge her.
But we just said that, like, when we were 18, 19, 20, we were looking for the older woman.
We are.
So, we're making, younger guys are making themselves available for that.
Well, it all depends, because if it all depends on your development through high school, on school age on up. If you are the type of individual that was not considered a late bloomer, you feel what I'm saying? Meaning you have interaction with the opposite sex. You've probably had sex and stuff like that. Your confidence level on how you approach and talk to women varies. You feel what I'm saying? So depending on how fluidity you have been in your early on life, that pretty much dictates the direction you're gonna go in your first adult years.
I do agree with Corey on the smashing part, and the reason why I said what I said is because as a young man, we're looking for an older woman to smash to see how good we are if we can handle an older woman smashing.
Yeah.
Because we smashing.
Hell, we had a
so now we setting our hunt a little bit higher. Now.
Oh, we had. Well, what about some of the homies that we had in school that done smashed the teacher? The teacher messing with the students. I'm like, come on now. This is why I say, the hypocrisy that's being discussed when it comes to opposite sex. When a woman does it, it's like, oh, it's nothing wrong with she doing. Oh, she didn't say no age. She's telling you exactly what age group that she's dealing with. Mm-hmm. And the impressionable age group that's nobody's going to challenge her is between 18 and I'll go as high as 28. When you get 30 and up, you going to have a sense of how you want things to go. So if she say, oh, babe, let's go here to this coffee shop. You're like, I don't want to go to no coffee shop. Because a pup going to be like, okay, he going to go with it. Yeah. You like, I don't want that. Let's go.
But the pup grows out of that too, like you just said. Like after a while, then it's like, you know what? And I'm getting tired of you.
Right. Or he probably done like, oh, I love you, and he get over infatuated with her, and she has that control factor to where she can dismiss his ass. Yeah, you feel what I'm saying? So that's the two options right there. Either they be like, I'm good, and she's like he said, she's that crazed lunatic chasing after their asses, or they pop by like, oh, I love you, I want to have a baby, all that type shit, and she dismissed them because that's a trigger for her.
Yeah, now, Corey was saying how he was on Cam Newton's show getting lit up for saying he gets women in poverty
money.
Yeah, and gives them money. But I feel like Tracy Ellis Ross is doing the same thing. She just stated it a little bit more poetically than Corey.
And nothing came out scandalous.
She's finding young broke men and tricking money on them.
Tricking, okay.
She ain't getting no young ugly nigga. She getting some young pretty boy nigga. Right?
But that's like a dude's going to be super happy that an older chick tricking on him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but when you hear,
he gonna go right along with the plan.
Yeah, but when you hear it on the internet, when you hear women talk about it, especially black women talk about it, where the common theme is being said, oh, you don't know the age she is. She ain't say no age. Yes, the fuck we do. Yeah, I know. I'm a man. I know the age that she's talking about. And unless you got a dick and balls, you cannot tell me they under 30 years old. And I would not be surprised they're young as 18 based off their size, because a lot of
I wouldn't put it past Tracy.
I wouldn't put it past her. Again, you got to look at her upbringing.
She never stated her age. Or the ages range she prefers.
You're right. That's why I'm not going to, until I get hard evidence, I'm not just going to be like, she's going down to 18.
Why can't I can't say for sure.
Yeah, we ain't saying for sure.
That's what I'm saying. But I can for sure say that Shannon Sharpe was going down to 19.
Right, but what I'm saying
that definitively. Right. I can't say that about her definitively.
No,
if the proof is brought, then we will have that.
But what's being
it's an assumption.
Right, but what I'm saying is this assumption is, as men, when she's saying those key trigger things that she's talking about, we know exactly what age that we talk. We just sat right here and just said, like, yo, when you like, hey, listen, when I bag, I ain't want nobody to know. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. Shit like that. So what age was you? What age was you?
I was like 24, 25.
Okay, then. So now, I was
under 30.
Exactly. So now, if you are, and this is the reason why I said as young as 18, because we know we got some of these 18, they probably half mix or whatever. They 6'4" and up. You feel what I'm saying? The different. She's in those circles. Yeah. So that's the reason why I say the age range is from 18 to 29. Those are the age range that they won't give her no pushback.
Yeah, so I just thought it was just a hypocrisy that two people at the same time have the same story.
Same age.
So, yeah, same age, really. And, they're getting two different levels of responses. Of course, they're trying to hang these false allegations over Shannon's head. But like I said, that's unfortunately a part of the old man tricking game. Tracy Ellis Ross never has to worry about false allegations from her young 20-something-year-old tenders.
Ain't nobody gonna try to snitch on her and try to scam her for some money.
Yeah, men
ain't gonna do that.
Well, men will scam.
Yeah, they would.
It ain't gonna be no false.
Ain't gonna be no false allegations.
Yeah, she gonna get a nice little Nigerian young tender.
Right. So that's all I'm just saying. That so we know the difference between the sexes. A woman will do that. A man isn't gonna do that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't even call the police half the time to just
Hell, a
press
man's smart enough to not mess up the bag.
Right.
I'm not fucking up a good thing. I'm not
Thank
fucking
you.
up a
is
good
what I'm
thing.
saying.
Exactly.
I'm not
So
fucking up a good thing.
a woman is differently. They'll want to burn that down and the fucking house, and then when all that shit simmer out, okay, I'm waiting on my money. Bitch, you done burned it. It's
You know
dead.
what that reminds me of? You remember when Paula Abdul was messing with that young boy from American Idol? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and old boy went to the media, and we all looked at that nigga like a sucker, bruh.
Exactly. Like, boy, you got that.
You screwed up that paper. Paula
That
Abdul
old
got some
paper.
bruh. Yeah, you screwed that up going to the media for clout. That's some feminine
All
shit.
right, so we get judged harshly, way different if
Yeah,
you
we
did some
get-
shit.
yeah.
So again, you don't have to worry as a woman. She don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, the chat is like, hey, Jada Pinkett went for a young age and ended up with a
That,
talk show.
with,
August
what's her name?
Alsina.
Yeah, Alsina.
And he even got permission from Will.
You're right.
Like, Will, is it okay if I fuck your wife?
Yeah,
he was
man,
like,
go ahead and handle that. Because goddamn, I'm tired of hitting it.
That's some honorable cheating.
I'm over here hitting
First
this.
of all, none of this stuff is new under the sun.
No,
None of this
never has
stuff.
been.
Nah,
But
never.
I just
Never.
want the same level of scrutiny is given on both
It won't
sides.
ever be.
Exactly.
course not.
It
But
won't ever
see,
be.
this is where
It's always going to be double standards.
listen.
It's
This
just
is
you gotta
right,
live
but
with
this
it.
is where I believe. Again, I love women. I respect them. You feel what I'm saying? But this is where I believe you having issues. Is do you want some type of traditionalism? Now I get it. I'm up for adjustments. I'm not a hard traditionalist. You feel what I'm saying? I can do some adjustments. Or do you want to embrace the feminism to where you want to be in charge? And some women out here want that. You feel what I'm saying? There are quite a few out here want that. You see what I'm saying? But you cannot expect to get the man to want to lead and do manly things when you want to take over. You feel what I'm saying? So you got to choose. You want the man to lead and do what he need to do, or you want to be that face of feminist.
But she's only like that because she's a feminist.
Yeah, exactly.
I've dated feminists.
She's a hardcore feminist.
God, they're annoying. Feminists are annoying to date. Fellas, watch out for dating black feminists. I wouldn't even dare date a white feminist. That don't even. But black feminists, woo, god damn, boy. It's like they need a man, but they got a front like they don't want a man.
Exactly.
And then when you sit back and let them watch themselves fuck themselves over trying to do man shit,
They look at you
Then
like,
they look
what,
at you
like,
mad.
what the fuck is you doing? You supposed to be
you're
helping.
supposed to help me.
I'm like,
So,
bitch, you don't want to take over? Go ahead.
yeah. You can't win with a feminist. There's nothing. Everything got a hidden agenda behind it.
Right.
She can't accept anything and just be happy.
Always got to have the ups on you.
So she's always thinking you up to something when you ain't.
Right.
It's annoying. There's no trust involved. And 9 out of 10 times the reason she's tripping is because she's doing something
The
she
same
ain't
or
supposed to
doing
be
the same exact thing you doing.
And they're terrible at lying. Trust me.
What? Oh my
I've
God.
dated enough black
Oh
feminists.
my
to know
God,
They
that
do.
boy.
They are the worst liars.
What? And they will die with that lie.
Yeah. Yes. They will go down with the
They
ship
will
on
die
that lie.
with that lie. You be like, nigga, you know I don't believe that shit.
I've dated I had to break up with her because of that. I'm like, you lying way too much. And the sad part is I know these are lies. I need you to lie on my behalf if we're together and you're not convincing.
Right.
So we got to break up.
Exactly.
I'm not breaking up with you for being a liar. I'm breaking up because you're a bad liar.
If I gotta pick you and you supposed to lie for me to keep my ass alive, no, I ain't doing it.
I'm like, you're
I
a
know I'm
terrible
dead.
liar. That's
Right.
not convincing. Yeah, I'm like, yo, let me help you out with the next nigga. Like when you say stuff, don't have such a bland face. Put some emotion into it and convince me that the lie is real. So for the next nigga, you can deceive him with that.
Right.
You ain't getting me with this.
They so used to doing so used to running shit that they pretend they want a strong mate. They don't want that.
They really want another woman.
Right. They want. It's a constant battle. It's kind of like
I felt like they were
got a
dating
dick.
me to fulfill their biological duties of
Right.
reproduction,
Right.
and having a nigga's money. That's why I never reproduced with them. I'm like, y'all don't love me. You just want my sperm and my name. And I don't blame you. Both are awesome. I'm like, I'm not mad at you for wanting it. Shit. If I was a woman, I want to pause. But, you know, I'm not mad at you for looking at me and seeing I'm the best choice for you. I'm not mad at that. But I know you ain't built to handle the wife duties and the expectations I'm placing on you. You just want the baby and the child support and then become a lesbian.
Right, exactly.
You want to get with another woman, but you just got to find a nigga to fulfill your biological duties with so you can make sure your mom is happy.
Or take the cheap way out of paying for in vitro. That shit, that's expensive.
All right, we're gonna.
Why? We're hitting too many nerves?
We're gonna quit bashing.
I'm not bashing. Every black woman ain't a feminist.
Right, exactly. I'm talking about my I'm talking about my experience. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I hope she's watching this, so I'm giving her
I'm talking about my experience.
And she stopped calling me every time her fucking birthday month comes.
Bruh, that shit is wicked, bruh.
Yo, every fucking September, I get a, hey, how you doing text for the past 3 years.
Not blocked.
I blocked her. No, I blocked her. And then when my dad passed, I said she needs to know he passed. So I unblocked her number, sent her a picture of the obituary, and I forgot to block her number again. And my dad passed in August. Her birthday was in September.
Hold on. Oh, my God. Why does she need to know?
Because my dad liked her.
But you ain't fuck with her no more.
No, I know. I wanted her to know he's dead. Thank you for stressing me out while he had cancer. Funky bitch. This is the end result. I just wanted to let you know there was one last person in my family who liked you.
Oh my God.
And I'm sending you a picture of his obituary.
Oh my God.
He was the one asking me why I broke it off with her.
Oh my God.
So I'm letting her, hey, here's a picture of the last nigga to advocate for you in my family. He's dead. Here's a brochure of his obituary. I thought you should know because he liked you. I don't like you. He liked you.
Oh my God.
So I'm letting you know that. And I just forgot to unblock her number or block her number again after I send it. So September was less than a week after his funeral. I get the hey, how you doing text. I'm like, bitch, you ain't slick. I know your birthday's next week. You ran off everybody and need somebody to spend it with. And I'm not that desperate to circle back.
She trying to spend the
block. I don't even know if that's your real birthday the way you was lying.
She trying to spend
You could be a Sagittarius for all I know, the way you lied.
She really.
Damn.
I just didn't like the lying. Woo. I just don't like when. That's another reason I'm gonna start dating young. Not 19, and I told her this. I said, if this does not work out, I'm going younger, and I told her that. I told her that on my 40th birthday, and so I said, if this don't work out, I'm going younger. So she's expecting to see me with some young women, and I'd hate to disappoint her.
But so again, it's just I just want the same energy that's kept across the board.
All right, let's go to something.
Okay. Well, we've excluded all of our female watchers for the evening.
No, we love them. We love all our female.
Any criticism of women is met with dismissals of comments, and you hate your mama.
Ain't none of that.
No, wait, that's for white women. I haven't done that yet.
Now, remember, listen.
I love women.
We love women.
Yeah,
I love women.
I love my sisters. You feel what I'm saying?
I love women. If we're
gonna have an honest conversation, I'm going off my experience.
Yeah.
And listen, that it is what it is. You feel me? It's funny as hell though, but some of y'all out here, y'all need to chill out.
Yeah. Pain. Okay, let's keep it moving. Cause you want to cover Keri Hilson and that Cam Newton interview? Because I thought it was unique. So Keri Hilson was on Cam Newton's Funky Fridays, and they were talking about Serge Ibaka. And it was just another situation I felt with an older woman, younger man, and kind of along with the same theme of Tracy Ellis Ross.
What's the age difference?
7 years. So it's not super creepy. But, you know, she was in her early 30s. He was in his early 20s. Yeah, it's just not going to work. It could work if Serge was, like, in his 30s.
That's kind of like, it's kind of like right there.
Yeah, it's almost that 10-year factor.
Yeah, we were talking about 56 and 19, so that's what, 23?
Yeah, but, I mean, this is a 7-year age difference.
7.
Yeah, so it wasn't bad.
So you have a problem with a 20-year age gap?
No, I mean, if it works for both people, that's what it is. I'm not one of them people that think it's creepy.
I don't. I'm just saying. I mean,
Love is love,
right?
But
I couldn't do it.
But like he says, I couldn't do it. Like, because there's such a generational gap, I think. Like, I definitely can't date too much older.
But see, the thing about it is,
like,
so if you're not hitting exactly at your in and around your age, is either you gonna have to go older or you gonna have to go younger?
I can't go too much older.
So you have to go younger.
Yeah, you gotta go younger.
If you're not,
you already hit 50.
Right. If you at 50, you gotta go at least 10, 15 years younger than you.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
35
North
is like
Carolina
35 is like a normal benchmark for a 50-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to go younger. I don't think you really have a choice, bro. You got to make sure she has like 1 or 2 eggs left.
Right.
I'm out the kid game, so that's not my thing.
Then you better be looking for somebody exactly in and around your age.
In her 40s.
I want somebody I can kick it with, have a good time, have fun, laugh.
Well, make sure she's done with
all
menopause.
that good stuff. Like I'm not really concerned like what she makes. Don't really care. I work. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. A lot of guys. That's one thing guys don't really care about is what a woman makes. Like you don't care what a woman makes, do you?
As long as it's not more than me.
I don't give a damn if she make more than me, but
I don't care if she make more than me.
But
I don't care.
But I have.
I've never dated a woman that made more than me. I'll say it like that.
I never have neither. I don't. No, I've never made it. No, I never dated a woman.
But like work. Like have a job.
Well,
let
me take that back. Let me take that back. When I used to work, I did. Because the woman I dated, she did make more than me. But it didn't matter because I wear the pants of that house, so I still got that bread. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So now
that shit don't bother me. Like if anything, I done came up. My chick done thank God.
But I'm old school in a sense to where that competitiveness, like, nah, nigga, you ain't gonna make more than me. I'm gonna make the bread.
That's what it is.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going like, you ain't gonna make more than me. Now, if you just so happen, I mean, it ain't no deal breaker, but just me, the competitiveness.
Yeah,
no,
that's me.
You ain't making more than me.
That was me. That's what made me step it up.
Right, you ain't making more than me.
The thing is, don't like make more than me, but think you're better than me.
Yeah, it ain't like that.
See, that's where the problem kicks off. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, because some women think because they do make more than the man, like they're the head of the household. It's like, nah, like you just you got a better job. That's it. Like, so. But nah, I don't care if she make more shit. I hope she do.
Remember, we have to be careful because we was talking about it a couple weeks ago that masculinity, especially masculinity here in the United States, is under attack. And it's being blatantly done right now to where you see it in our current administration based off some of the policy makers that they're doing, undermining and trying to change up to solidify that. You feel what I'm saying? So, I believe there's a safe space for everybody as far as masculinity, feminism, all that stuff. It just, as long as it's not one trying to dominate the next one.
We were talking about Keri. We got off.
No. I mean, it's all related to the same topic.
But Keri. I didn't know she was older. Actually, yeah. I didn't know she was older than
Keri Hilson is like my age, I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I knew they were together, but I didn't know that she was that much older than him.
Mm-hmm. So I was saying this is just one of those situations where older woman, younger man is another thing. I got the. Let me play the clip.
Serge Ibaka.
Yes.
He was a good guy.
Says who?
Okay.
I'm just kidding, Serge.
But it was like, y'all was a
But he wasn't good to me. He probably feels like you feel. Like I could have been way better to her. Should have been. He probably,
Can we keep it funky?
We'll see.
Say less.
Let's see. Go ahead. What you want to say?
First off, during that period of time, they were up as a team. That was a fun team to watch.
Yeah.
And so much so that if you look at that team roster now, you'd be like, he was on that team, man. He wasn't like this.
Facts.
But then, like, y'all were like black love, and he was the strong,
We looked good.
Look immaculate.
I would agree there.
What did that relationship teach you?
Ooh, leave quicker.
Yeah, you can't do that on my play.
I mean, that's not.
Why is always the dude?
You said what it taught me. I'm just giving you my.
Okay. Let's.
Because 10 months in, I should have.
You seen signs?
Yes.
Okay.
But I was believing, and I was, you know what I mean? I was wanting to not believe.
Let me ask this way.
Yeah.
If you could tell him how to love you the proper way, what would you have told him? What was about the process that, because I think that's important too, especially with individuals, right? And going back to the provider mentality. It's like, yo, we don't know what to ask. We just floating and going. But that don't mean that we don't need help. You see what I'm saying?
We did counseling. We were sitting with his pastor, and we did another counselor as well. Like, we did couples, he did individual, I was doing individual. Like, we tried it all.
How old
so
was
it
he?
just was not going to change. He was much younger than me, 7 years younger than me. So I think I really would probably attribute everything to his age. Like, if I'm really being honest, like, he was mid-20s.
Oh, city boy, for sure.
Yeah, and his team was up.
For
like,
sure.
Okay. It was, there were happenings, and he deserved to live that. Like, that goes back to, like, I want what you want.
But
I don't want anything different than what you want. So if I would have told him how to love me better, it would have denied him the experience of being the man in the world and being on the winning team at the time and having the experiences that he clearly wanted to have. You know what I mean? I'm not going to deny you what you want. Have what you want. Just you may not have me and that, you know?
Yeah, so that was Keri talking to Cam basically about her relationship with Serge Ibaka. I thought Cam was prying a little too much. Yeah, I thought that was weird, asking her so many questions about another man.
When you could have get Ibaka up there and ask him those questions.
I don't know if they can be on the set together. I don't know what their relationship is like, if they're cool enough to sit there and talk. I just thought it was weird how she was just speaking for Serge. Well, I think he would have wanted to love me better. Like, how you know that? He was going through hoes. Yeah.
I'm sure he was.
Yeah.
I'm sure he was.
And then she was talking about counseling. And I was like, yeah, I'm sure that was Serge's suggestion to go to counseling to save the relationship. No, that was her idea. So,
I mean, it was probably her idea, but he probably wanted to go just to, I guess, say
keep her happy.
Yeah.
This is another situation. Older woman, young boy. He went along with it.
But this is the thing. And he did go along with it. But why?
Because he wanted to keep her happy.
He's young and impressionable.
But you know that you want these other chicks out here too.
Yeah.
Right.
I think what it was is she got hip quick and realized she couldn't change this nigga, or it wasn't worth the effort to change him, and just realized, backed off. Because she knew he had other women.
Of course.
Come on, he playing OKC. They these niggas like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
See, look, it's again 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
I told y'all, 18 to 29 is an impressionable age for men. So that's when they went to the finals. They lost. They went to the finals and lost. You feel what I'm saying? He got. That's when the Supermax first came in.
The typical, I can change him, and it's the typical thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can change him.
Yeah.
No, you can't. Like,
this man got money,
paper, all the paper,
all the paper in the world.
He getting all types of flavors and shit, all sizes.
He wanted to lock him down.
You can't.
Nah,
you can't.
Yeah, I was watching that whole interview. Did you see the whole interview with Keri Hilson?
I did.
All right, one thing I will say that I respect about Keri, because she said she was turning down men and stuff like that. She said lots of men never tried her because she never gave out that vibe. And that kind of led me to believe, when you hear about women, being taken advantage of in the entertainment industry, like the casting couch, it led me to ask, are those women putting it out there that they're like that? Because
in a sense, probably,
the energy you put out in the room,
that, or they are completely blind by
naive.
What's the energy in the room?
Yeah. So I just saw that part. And so she was the one that said she ain't never been tried like that. And I'm like, damn, you too fine to have never been tried like that. But I guess there's a vibe she puts out.
Yeah, I mean, look, you gotta understand. Look at it.
Every chick ain't a cheater, and some chicks do stand firm on what they, if I got.
I know that's why Keri Hilson blackballed
on
now. Look, she ain't come off no ass and give these record execs, so they kept her blackballed after that Beyonce shit. That's what I personally.
So now we're women loving. Like, there's some women that will stand on 10 toes. Like, I'm not, this my dude, and I'm not, it ain't even no need to even approach me.
They ain't even give you eye contact. Like, nah, I ain't even looking
at you. It ain't even a thought in their mind because they already know what it is.
They know you looking at them because they can sense it. They ain't even giving you the time of day. Like, nigga, I see you, but I ain't even looking at you. So get the fuck on.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on from Keri Hilson and the Cam Newton interview because
I try not to talk about this dude, but every week Kanye. He gives you something to talk about.
Kanye is in the news this week
again,
and I'm just sitting here going, "Bruh, how badly does this album need to sell?"
You talking about you?
How? Like, you're just listening to the song, and he just drops this bar. like you're just listening to the song, like, okay, Yee, what you want to give me, yay? And then he just drops this bar. Like, how you ever seen the look Michael Jackson had in Thriller when it's like he's like taking it back and shit like that? Like, what in the world did I just hear?
I'm not surprised at this point because I feel like Kanye is purposely saying the most salacious things he can say to just get attention, and it really circles back to what people been saying about Kanye. He's a closeted gay man. South Park called him on that. He's a gay fish.
Well, what he said definitely, and see, this is why. Okay, so remember when Tank was like one experience, and they gave Tank the whole. Okay, Kanye, this was what, an 8-year experience.
Oh yeah,
it's like, okay, okay.
Yeah, so Kanye has been in the news for his song Cousins, where he admits he was, does it say molested?
Yeah.
And see, that was the one thing was he forced to do this? He
basically said he forced himself on him.
Yeah. It's pretty weird.
That's
saying he,
yeah, it's a very incestuous relationship, and that's really, really
he's saying that's the reason why he got doing life in prison now, because of that.
Mm-hmm. And you saw the live stream with who was it? Aiden Ross, I believe. No, it was somebody else, but it was little beef going between Kanye West and Boosie Badass.
I saw that. Yeah.
Kanye said Boosie smells poor, and I don't know what poor smells like. I've been poor, so I don't recall the scent, but I'm sure it has a scent to it. But yeah, Kanye said, I know that nigga smell poor and I ain't never met him. Oh, it's his digital collab, or his longtime collaborator, Digital Nas. He said that nigga smell poor, that nigga is poor. What are we talking about? Smell? And he also accused Bootsy of being a plant to talk bad about black people. Strangely odd Kanye would say that.
Right. So that's the slavery part.
Yeah, so Bootsy did clap back. He said,
Kanye mouth smell like Hot Pocket, ham and cheese Hot Pocket out the microwave.
Yeah.
Damn.
Bootsy said, smell, laugh out loud, never. Your mouth smells like a ham and cheese Hot Pocket when it comes out the microwave. What you need to do is watch what you tweet, bro. You have sons who look up to you and value your words. You just motivated your son to put a D in his mouth.
A D in his mouth.
You're making your son suspicious of what a D tastes like. Yay, the professional D sucker. Yeah, so.
Oh my God.
I mean, this situation is sad. It is sad, because you're talking about a young man. Because it's molestation either way you look at it, regardless of it.
If it's true, what you
saying. It's just sad all the way around, and I don't know if I would have posted that though. I don't know if y'all needed to know that bad.
Who gonna listen? Who gonna say? Oh, what woman gonna say they ain't gonna fuck with him because he or he did that? Nowadays,
shit, they probably think they could do it together now. Like,
exactly.
you've already, like he said, you've always heard wild stories about Kanye. Now I'm like, yeah. That's Kanye.
Hell, you with the Kardashians.
That's Kanye.
Oh, did you hear those other comments he made? He was talking about Kim Kardashian, and he said
he should have
got with Paris Hilton and got her pregnant. He said, "Well, Kim was Paris Hilton's assistant. I said I'd have babies with Paris Hilton over Kim Kardashian. Could you imagine if I had kids with Paris Hilton, how many hotels I could have?" And so then he said, "I think I was staying in the hotel. I would be staying in a Hilton right now." And Paris Hilton had the vision, and that's what happened. Kim was like the Virgil. Kim was like Paris Hilton's Virgil. That's what happens. If you like Arnold Schwarzenegger and you have a kid with a nanny, the nanny's only power is to take your kids. So Kim's only power is to take my kids. I had a baby with a fucking assistant, bro. You know what the crazy part is? He's right.
He is, because
he's right.
Nicole and them were the first. They were the first. They're the originators. Yeah. Paris and Nicole, they're the originators of all this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Well, no, I say a broken coon is right twice a day, and Kanye was right on that. She is the help, and she's taking his kids away. But I mean, this is on.
I mean, but we stop, because first of all, Kanye, okay, she might have been the help, but you still wiped her after you seen, all this stuff she doing, and you still run her. We don't like to try to put her down is corny now. Like, this is what you did.
I agree.
This is who you chose. This is what you did to try to keep putting Kim Kardashian down, who actually, like, she actually doing some good stuff. You see what I'm saying? Like, Kanye losing his he lost it, not losing it. He lost it, and he better watch who he be talking to, because everybody ain't with all that talking like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, some are saying he has been diagnosed with autism, so they're trying to say that he might be autistic.
Kanye just crazy, but it is what it is. Like you say, how many albums do you need to sell? Like, the album sales must be horrible right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm gonna keep looking out for Kanye stuff, because he's.
How do you still listen to Kanye?
No, I don't listen to
Kanye.
Kanye's music
it's
is
changed
not
your
good.
whole perspective on Kanye, hasn't it?
Yep, I don't listen.
I haven't listened to his music since that 808s and Heartbreaks.
But I'm just saying, like, your whole perspective on Kanye and his music has completely changed now.
I listened to him since
the Twisted Fantasy too. I heard
the Donda album.
I don't even really listen to his old stuff no more.
I like the Donda album.
Like, I don't even listen to his old stuff no more. Like, because it's like, you too far out there, bro.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, I really stopped dealing with Kanye once he said the slavery was a choice comment. Yeah. That was it. That's when
I stopped listening to him.
Like they said, pole polishing wasn't a choice, but I ain't gonna say that though.
That's definitely a choice Kanye chose. Yeah, so really, I think he's just dealing with his homosexuality. I think Kanye's gay.
No, I don't think.
I think he's on that Diddy tip. Anything can catch it.
8 years,
man, woman, transgender.
8 years of polishing poles, you're gay. I don't think you're gay.
He's been doing that for longer than that. He's talking about when he was a little kid with his cousin.
And I'm sure he's still pole polishing.
Yeah, I think Kanye is just one of them weirdo. Kanye, don't be surprised to see him at them freak-offs when them tapes get out.
I still think Kanye pole polishing. Like, you said it, like, you ain't do it that long and then just as much as that, like, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely believe he's wrestling with his sexuality. And it doesn't surprise me at all.
Not at all. Because
he was mad defensive, because that's been a rumor going around since he came out that he was gay. So,
and all he did was give validity to the rumor now.
Yeah. People had that, man. Sometimes when those rumors pop up, man, something's a foul. Just like with Shannon Sharpe. They keep bringing those rumors up about him. That's why I learned, man. Live your truth.
All these rumors.
Live your truth
every day.
Yeah, definitely living your truth.
Live your truth.
Sometimes.
There ain't nothing
sometimes
wrong with
get away.
smoking a pole.
From all these rooms.
Yeah, I just be honest about it. Be honest, because like what you call said, these chicks, some of these chicks will still rock with you.
Yeah, they'll risk
smoke the pole with you, like you know, like so. But definitely living your truth.
Yeah. Interesting. So we'll keep a lookout for Kanye. So
pole polisher.
Yeah,
right.
I wanted to discuss because I thought it was funny. Usher doing the show in Abu Dhabi.
Abu Dhabi.
Usher was in Abu Dhabi doing the show, and Usher basically said at the beginning of it he can't do his normal hijinks like the cherry feeding due to the strict UAE laws. And I just thought it was hilarious the way he said it because, you know, the UAE is like, Usher, you ain't about to come to our country and cause all this trouble.
And turn out our women.
Yeah, and turn out our women. So it was just a little bit funny to me because it seems like the UAE is very big on protecting their women and not having them looking like fools in the middle of an Usher concert. So he said no cherries are going to be handed out at his show. And it looks like this happened last week, Saturday. And because of that and the strict laws, do they practice Sharia law in Abu Dhabi? I don't know.
I believe so. It's it's an Islamic country, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm sure they do.
Yeah, it's reportedly the strict public decency laws, which might not mesh well with Usher's cherry moment. So he said, instead of giving you a cherry, I give you my heart in exchange for the cherry. That's some player shit, bro.
She said, no, bitch, I want my cherry.
No, because he already know he will get locked up over there. They don't play that. They'll snatch that little nigga off the stage so fucking quick.
Then you got wish Trump couldn't get you.
Yeah, so just to avoid all that, just what you say, take my heart instead.
Yeah, he's like,
take my heart, ladies.
Blow a kiss from the stage. I can't even go down there and touch you.
No.
He can only break up homes in America. He can't do that across that
maybe
water.
He can break up homes in America and Europe.
Not over in there.
Oh, and in South America.
He's like, they poop on people for fun there. Imagine what they do to me in prison. Yeah. And Usher is very little. I met him one time in person. That nigga is small, like 5'7", 5'8".
While we talking, like the crave, like Chris Brown coming to Raleigh, and these MFers, MFers are and they're losing their mind.
That's why he wasn't coming on
Dreamville. Yeah, because he's like, I'm gonna come and get my own money. I ain't got to share no. I ain't got to share.
I ain't coming with this.
When is he gonna be here?
October. It's October.
You say all like this, they sold out already.
I know it's sold out.
They like,
Carolina love Chris.
Yeah,
he's from Virginia.
Yeah, so Breezy coming to Raleigh, they going crazy.
That's good.
I might even try to go because I know that's going to be hot. And
I like Chris Brown, but I don't think I'd pay to see him.
You know those ticket prices are ridiculous.
I heard something for 4 for nosebleed.
Yes,
hell,
yes, you heard right.
Nigga, I paid $50 to see Dave Chappelle.
No, nigga, Chris Brown nosebleed seat starting at $400.
Look, and like I say, all this is just from COVID.
Yeah,
you missed all them shows, COVID years and stuff like that. We got to mark that up.
Oh, and nigga, you got COVID that COVID pay. You got to pay that shit back from the Fed.
Yeah, so we got
about that shit.
We got to run our money up. So yeah, that's why these tours and shows are so expensive. Jeezy coming. I hear Jeezy.
Yeah, he is coming.
Jeezy coming. Yeah, I hear his show's supposed to.
Does he have any new music, or is he just touring?
Well, he got what the last. I
believe this is going to be him with an orchestra. You know, that's the new in thing for rapper.
Touring with an orchestra.
Yeah, he's going to be with an orchestra.
Well, yeah, I saw
Trapper Die.
I saw Jeezy perform. It was some years ago. He came to Greensboro.
Didn't he do a Tiny Desk concert?
I'm sure.
Okay, I'm just curious to remember if he sounds good over live instruments, because I remember who did a Tiny Desk and it was horrible because their music just didn't mess with. I think it was Cypress Hill. That was it. Cypress Hill did a Tiny Desk.
We watched the Juvenile one.
The Juvenile one was fly. That was fire. But I remember watching the Cypress Hill Tiny Desk. Notice nobody talked about it because the music that they do did not translate well to live instruments, so it didn't hit as hard as it should have. And that's why nobody ever talked about it. But I saw it because Cypress Hill is one of my favorite personal rap groups. Well, for the first 3 albums they were.
Cypress Hill don't get the love they deserve.
Yeah.
They don't.
Yeah. Well, they were embraced by the mainstream white audience, which made black folks not look at them the same since what? Black Sunday, their second album? Yeah. When they did Insane in the Membrane, and everybody was bitching in Vibe magazine and The Source. Why them niggas got so many white people in the video? So, yeah, I remember that.
People be surprised. Hip-hop brings in a lot of white people. I remember we went to go see Mobb Deep and Ray and Ghost in Charlotte.
Man, white boys are gonna come out for Wu-Tang.
Man, look, them. Not only did they come out, them white boys knew songs we didn't know. The hip hop is very, very strong.
Now you know how to throw them white boys off guard as you play R&B from the '90s.
So
they don't know that shit.
That'll fuck them up.
Yeah,
that'll fuck them up.
Shit.
All right, I got one more question
for
you because I know you probably get ready to end the show, and I'm sure if anybody has, you have. Have you watched Sinners yet?
No, I was watching it last night, and then I fell asleep, and then I said,
Hold on, stop.
Because it was late night. I was watching at 3
a.m.
a.m.
to ask, did you fall asleep?
Because I was sleepy. It wasn't that it was a bad movie. I'm just sleepy.
Okay.
I've heard the previews that it's good.
I heard it's really good.
Some people saying they going back to see it again.
You know what?
It must be good to pay damn movie theater prices twice.
They have some historical content based off that movie.
Yeah.
As well.
You know what? Ryan Coogler is inspiring me because I write scripts like this crazy shit, and it makes me want to get some of my ideas funded because I got some crazy ass scripts that are just on the same level as Sinners. I can't even talk about them here because one of these niggas is going to steal my ideas and trust me, I got some shit.
You need to start putting this stuff in motion.
Why I
You've been talking about it for 15 years.
I
like it for 15
years.
I
have sat here and watched Jordan Peele and Ryan Coogler come up and do the genre I was supposed to
and look, I was talking about doing a podcast for probably about 10.
I know.
So yeah, it's about time you start getting these scripts ready so we can. Because Tubi.
I know.
Tubi.
I gotta shoot some music videos and I gotta show my directorial editing visual skills because I'm phenomenal in that department and people need to know. But we do need to discuss the NBA playoffs because it's actually been an exciting playoffs. There hasn't been just an ass whooping.
I didn't get to ask you. Are your boys going to make it out the first round?
Yeah, we're gonna make it out the first round.
The Lake show.
Y'all gonna get out the first round?
Yeah, we're gonna get out the first round.
I don't really see it at this point.
I do because, like I said again, they stole one at home. They went up one. We gotta do is steal one back. Go back home. We got home court advantage. That's it. Role players always play better at home. That's why the difference in this series is your boy, what's his name? He had 30 points last night.
Luka?
No, I'm talking about for the Minnesota.
No,
Anthony had.
I'm trying to think about
McDaniels.
Yeah.
McDaniels.
Because I came in and watched the end. Yeah, when he bucked that 3 to close it out.
Yeah, McDaniels has been the difference in this damn series. That's the reason why they up 2-1. So,
but hold on, they up 2-1, but they have home court advantage now, right?
Yeah,
because y'all had it at first, but then winning that first.
All we gotta do is steal one game and regain back home court advantage. That's all.
Make it sound like it's a cakewalk.
Bro. One, because Luka had a bad shooting night. You feel what I'm saying? Reeves, he had a bad shooting night as well. So I don't expect them to have too bad.
Shannon got y'all excited with that Lakers in 5 shit, and now niggas like
a little slogan. It's like real life.
It's Lakers in 6.
I don't see the Lakers.
And if they haven't,
we're gonna beat Minnesota.
Who is after Minnesota if y'all beat Minnesota?
Probably the winner. They're probably the winner between
OKC.
I thought. Wait. Isn't Denver and Clippers 4 and 5? So don't they play 1 and 8?
Well, between
I should just pull out the playoffs.
After they about to sweep Memphis, they play the winner between OKC plays the winner between. They always get the lower seed, so the lower seed between 4 and 5.
I thought Memphis was going to do something. All they did was get their ass.
And Scottie Pippen Jr. was up there. He was hooping. Scottie Pippen Jr. was
but he had crucial moments down the line, down in the last 2 games, has fucked up Memphis because they was up by like 30 points.
But that's because John went out.
That's true, but even then, they still was up. They just collapsed.
Look like the word's about to go up one. I mean,
What's the score?
99-91 with a minute 30.
And that was with Jimmy Butler not playing.
The Grizzlies done.
Yeah, I told you they about to get swept.
No, not about. They swept. It's over.
It's 3-0.
3-0.
Yeah, they up. 3-0. They still gonna get one. Oh, they just won.
It says OKC wins the series 4-0.
Oh, okay. So this just happened.
So they get the winner between.
Oh yeah. So where's it? Yeah, you are. Right.
They get the winner between Clippers and Denver.
Yeah. Now I've been surprised at this series because I'll admit Kawhi been hurt so much I forgot he can hoop.
I told you, man. I told you if Kawhi stays healthy, they can beat Denver.
Turn on the TV, be like, oh shit, Kawhi played.
Yeah,
Kawhi hit us
exactly.
with that. Y'all must have forgot.
Right, exactly. And they lost by a last second dunk to Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, so the Thunder get the winner of the Nuggets, Clippers, and it looks like the winner of the Rockets Warriors plays Lakers Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be Timberwolves versus Warriors in the semifinals. And I'm calling
depressed as hell if the Lakers lose in the first round.
Thunder versus Clippers.
We ain't losing in the first round.
I think
They're
y'all
gonna
are.
be depressed as
I ain't
hell if
worried
the
about
Lakers
it.
get put out in the first
Minnesota's
round.
is up 2-1.
I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, I think Minnesota's going to take it in 7. I do think the Lakers will get
Because
2
y'all
more.
pissed that boy off. Y'all pissed Ant-Man off.
No, child support pissed that nigga off.
That man
Right.
mad now. And all he needed was one more dude to step up, which was McDaniels. So
It's all good. If we don't win it, we win in 7. Excuse me. We just got to get one game. Get home court again. We are practically unbeatable at home. So
Yeah, so it's going to be a sweep with the Cavs.
yes,
Yeah, they're up 3-0, and the Cavs will probably play the winner of the Pacers Bucks, and I'm sure that's going to be Indiana. I think they're going to break up the Bucks. They're trading Giannis.
Yep.
They're going to get rid of Doc
Dame.
Rivers.
and Dame.
I mean, because they underachieved. Like you had when they got
they
Dame, you were
underachieved
like,
like a
yo,
mother.
the Bucks get ready to run away with the East End.
What hurt them? They gave
The
up
coach.
Drew.
No,
Drew Holiday.
Drew Holiday. That's what hurt them.
Sometimes you have players that ain't the greatest player, but they're the glue of the team, and Drew was the glue of that team.
That hurt them.
Big time, and it's showing now.
Okay, and I definitely believe. I don't know. I think the Pistons can upset the Knicks.
They can.
Cade Cunningham was hooping, bro.
Remember when we had the conversation?
I said
about the Cade
Detroit
and
had
LaMelo,
opportunity to win.
and I was like, Cade is just a dog.
Yeah.
Cade is just
Were they
LaMelo
drafted
is.
in the same draft?
No, I think they're
No,
one year
because
apart.
they were both number one.
But LaMelo is not the baller Cade is. Not even close. And people were, but
Melo's flashy.
That's it.
Cade gonna go put in work. Cade is coming to win the game. And I can't say that about Melo, that he's always coming to win the game.
Melo's coming to be seen. So I'll see how that goes. But we also have the Knicks up 2-1 against the Pistons. And they'll play, whoever wins that series plays Celtics Magic, which I'm pretty sure Boston will win. But the Magic did steal the game. And that boy Pablo, bro.
He's nice.
Paulo
The
Banchero
Magic they're a team you don't watch during the regular season.
and
'cause they
Franz
win.
Wagner.
Being that we live in Raleigh and stuff, Carolina hasn't really churned out anybody in the past couple of years, but Duke has churned out some ballers the past couple of years, and Pablo Banchero is one of them. That boy can hoop.
Indeed. So I'm looking forward to a very interesting semifinal round. But yeah, it looks like the Thunder have swept, so they're off and on, and that's
Waiting
all
on
we
the
got on the
winners.
NBA.
Before we slide or whatever, Malaysia Fulwali has transferred to the University of LSU, and congratulations. They're going to be it's going to be, she's going to do great.
If
in
she
LSU.
had any other options, it was LSU or what?
Connecticut,
UConn.
you got to go to one of the big schools, but she went to him, so We'll see what happens, but definitely congratulations to her. I wish her the best of luck, except when she plays Carolina. But yeah, it's kind of weird though that she went to LSU. But like you say, where else were you going?
Within the conference and rivals,
big rivals. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that was interesting. But definitely shout out to Malaysia. She deserves it. She's a baller.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Well, then any other topics y'all want to touch on?
Yeah, you got that clip, do you? That Kanye, not that Kanye. That
I'll have to edit it in, but
yeah. Well, like I said, I just got my little rant. I like to
go for it.
So for those of us who keeps up what's going on around the world, we know about them tariffs, right? China and United States tariffs, and Trump was like, "Yeah, we in talks with China now," and China and using AI throughout the whole entire week roasting MAGA and Trump about these tariffs and shit, basically saying like, we don't need American goods. You know what I'm saying? One of them had a nerve to say, I don't have nothing in my house American. Also on top of that, RFK Jr., Secretary of
he got rid of artificial red dyes.
Right. Well, that's good. But in process though, we have a measles outbreak in the southwest of Texas and New Mexico, and it's spreading.
Not good.
And,
not good at all.
You bringing it right back. Then you sitting here saying you're going to have a cause for autism by September and stuff like that. It's just like the madness. Then we had to go to Peach Hedgepeth, our defense secretary. What a damn idiot. This fool here has nerve to have secrets, our U.S. military secrets, on his personal phone using Signal, which is not a classified phone, which a terrorist or anybody can hack his shit. And then it had the nerve to share it not only with the group of in the department, but you're sharing it with your damn wife and your brother and his attorney. Like, make it make sense. Let this been a black man that did all this shit. Or a woman. There would have been some type of impeachment that went down and moving along. But the hypocrisy that we see every day, where Americans said, hey, I was not better off than I was last year. Well, how do you feel today? Are you better off than you were last year? Is them eggs high enough? How many days less that you can't take your ass on a vacation? Oh, for us business owners, how much money you losing because your grain isn't shipped overseas or China isn't buying any of your stuff? I've heard from my dear friends out in the western part of the state, those in MAGA country who voted for him when he said, don't listen to FEMA. Are you guys are better well off? I found out he done deny y'all help to build up your area. See, you let your racism blind you to where the fact he just used what your weakness was to where you end up cutting off your own goddamn nose, and you thought your whiteness was going to protect your ass. So that's my 2-minute rant of the week. I just hope that you people know the difference between realism and fake news. Peace.
No doubt. Okay, while scrolling, I see some news on Sadat X, and it looks like
Sadat X is one of the great groups of all time.
Brand Nubian. And it says Sadat experienced a medical emergency late Friday, April 18, 2025. After several tests and scans, a blood clot was found in his aorta. Thankfully, he was able to avoid having surgery. However, he does have to remain in the hospital at this time, but it is on the road to recovery. As transparent as Sadat is on social media, he needs as much rest to heal accordingly. He and his family thank everyone for checking up on him. Most importantly, please keep him uplifted in your prayers. So
get well soon, Sadat.
Yeah, well soon.
Yeah, punk stuff up to get beat down.
Yes.
When I was scrolling, congratulations to Deion Sanders for putting both of his boys in the league, because Shiloh was drafted by the Bucks.
Oh,
nice.
So Deion done put both his boys in the NFL.
His boys in the league.
So congratulations to Deion.
Yeah, we got to congratulate fathers like Deion and LeBron who get their boys in the league to play, have an opportunity to play at the highest level that most of us take for granted or wish that we able to do. Got to get them in their props.
Yes. Awesome. So, people, that has been our show. We thank y'all for tuning in. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share, and tell a friend.
Make sure you comment.
Yeah, make sure you comment. Everything literally triggers the algorithm and keeps our videos circulating in the Facebook loop so more and more people see them. That's why we always ask you to do this stuff. It helps us grow as a podcast. So thank you for tuning in.